Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Night Takeaway Show, episode 75. And as you can see, I've got some great people already in the panel with me. I didn't recognise him first of all, and that, but I thought, who's the old geezer in the middle, and that? Then I realised it was Michael Chelsea. How are you, Mike?
Yeah, I'm good, son. Look, I mean, been a tough season for the Chels, but yeah, we've finally got a new manager. I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk about that in this stream, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be an interesting one for obviously Cop Father here down below. Well,
yes, Alonso. Yes, yeah. Okay.
Well, we follow on that. Good evening, Cop Father. How do you feel about your manager or lack of manager?
What? We haven't got a manager. We just got a guy in charge. We just got a guy who just picks the team and does nothing else. That's what we've got.
Oh, man.
All right, guys. How's everyone?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, well, I'll just let you know, this is plain water. There's nothing else in this.
Oh, we can't even see it. We can't even see it. So
that's good. That's there you go. Just to make sure it's decent as it is.
So what sort of tears? I know your Sunday's been
definitely of tears. I've been doing that since the kickoff, mate. Fuzzy, welcome return. How are you?
I'm doing good. A few changes in personal life and all that, and getting used to new work environment. But enjoying things so far, and football seems to be treating me nicely. It's treating me nicely. My hairline's not receding nearly as fast as it was when I was covering Manchester United frivolously. And third place locked in, guaranteed this season with a win over Forests. So Casemiro's gone. Gave literally a couple lines for his farewell speech. No big talk. Just like, oh, cheers, guys. Thanks for everything. You guys are the best. I'm out. just did.
Well, I think he took more time actually walking off the pitch than he did actually saying those words, Fuzzy. I mean,
him coming off the pitch and the substitution. It's like in wrestling when they spend about like an hour doing the entrances, but then the match lasts about 5 minutes. You know? What was that all about?
Oh my days. And Jez, evening, welcome back on again. How are you, mate? Everything all good?
Yeah, it's been a different weekend. First yesterday and today, 2 car shows. Took the old car out, and bit of a weird one yesterday. I've never sat in a field on my iPod watching the FA Cup final before. People coming round to talk about the car and all that sort of stuff, and I'm sitting there going, yeah. Watching the FA Cup final, so I left it to the right and talk to people and say, yeah, it's 1994, da-da-da-da-da. Well, I'm just sat there watching the FA Cup final, and I thought, yeah, this is cool.
Brilliant.
But yeah, we got second in class yesterday, so I was quite happy with that.
Oh, brilliant. Well done, mate. Well done. Where was the show with that one yesterday?
Farnham.
Okay.
Is Guildford way, as Fuzzy would know. And yeah, there was 6 Jaguar cars there yesterday. And the one that won it deservedly won it. It was a 1967 Series 2 E-Type, immaculate. I mean, you could eat your bloody dinner off that engine.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, he's fucking amazing car, you know.
Concourse condition, as they say.
Mate, and some that car, I swear down, is better than when it came out the factory.
Bloody hell.
That good.
I had something with like classic motorbikes up on the Gilverhide Street this morning. Loads of motorbikes, old, new. Somebody rocked up with some Second World War motorcycle with the side compartment in it. Pulled it up, and everyone's watching him. Rocks it out of gear, and massive bang goes off. It was proper banger. But a lot of I forget the name of it. It's like Royal Enfields.
Oh yeah.
Royal Enfield, yeah.
Loads and loads of Royal Enfield motorcycles, all the way up and down the high street. So many different kinds of motorcycles, and a lot of even more questionable outfits. Somebody Aladdin's magic carpet for a suit, and so interesting thought process. And we put that on in the morning, but yeah, no, it was quite entertaining actually. Somebody thought they could just sneak in there with their little Just Eat Deliveroo moped. just sat right in the middle of it. But yeah, I think it's called the Distinguished Gentleman's Riding or something. I can't remember the full name of it, but
sounds good.
A lot of glued-on moustaches as well.
Oh yeah, because a lot of the what's the other thing they call it? Steampunk, isn't it? Steampunk.
Yeah,
do all that stuff as well, kind of thing. Oh, good. Where was the other show then, Jez, today?
Oh, that's a local one. So it's a charity one. It's a pub not far from 5 miles away, and they do it and it's for charity. It's a charity run basically. And what you can do is they come along and they can pay like £2, £3, and you take them out for a drive in your car if they want to. And yeah, 2 or 3 people wanted to have a drive out in it, and it's a fun day. It's not there's no prizes or anything like that. It's just a drive around, and then at the end of the day, about 2 o'clock, you're leaving convoy, and you have a little route through certain villages, and people come. There's a lot of people about today. And yes, it's good fun one. We've been doing that one now for, well, apart from COVID year, 8 years now, I suppose, something like that. Yes, it's good fun. I mean, there's some unbelievable cars there today. Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, there's a star of the show. It was my dream car as a kid. It was a Ferrari 512 BB. Like £500,000 worth of car, and I thought, wow. So I actually said to the guy, I said to him, I said, can I have a drive in your, just take me for driving your car? He said, of course. And I went for driving it, and I was like, wow, wow, this is something different. I've seen a couple in my life, but I've never actually been in one, and so that made my day. That's for sure. Top nice bloke as well, actually. Absolutely lovely,
nice.
lovely man.
Nice, yeah. But they're not bad. The old classic car mob, are they?
Sorry,
the classic car mob, not bad. Not a bad bunch.
No, I mean, it's like your one. I didn't know you had a classic, and I looked at your picky, and that's a beauty you got there. And yeah, it's a fun day out, and you get all different types of people, and and you get the what I call the rivet counters. I had a bloke yesterday. He's an elderly chap, older than me. I'm old. And he come up to me, he's looking around the Jag, and he said, "Oh, it's beautiful. You're beautiful. Is this the original paintwork?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Oh," he said, "I love it. I absolutely love it. Apart from," he said, "you got the wrong tyres." I said, "Yeah, right." I said, "You are right." I said, "But if you've got £250 a corner to have the original Pirelli P600s on them, which you could like hen's teeth to get hold of anyway." I said, "If you want to give me that much, £1,000, that would be 1,250 for the 5, including the spare." And I said, "I'll take it." I said, "But unfortunately, mate, I haven't got the original tyres." No, but it's fucking unbelievable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's always the anal one, Jez. Yeah, see that before. Yeah, I mean, like the chairperson of the car club I was with, he's MGB. He had it deseamed. I mean, yeah. So yeah, it's sacrilege to some people. That is. Let's say hello to the people in the chat first of all before we carry on. Big up, Arsenal Staying. Big up to yourself as well, Daz. Good evening as well, Tony and everyone. And look at this. There you are, Jez. Look, Gracie, mate. Hello, she's saying. How are we doing, Gracie? Good to see you as well. Good old Darren.
Next year, by the way.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, superb. Bloody hell. That just shows, doesn't it, how many years. Darren saying, up the irons, keep the faith. Always are going to do that, Darren, at least till the end of the season. Brendan saying, evening, Tom panel. Bloody hell. Michael Chelsea, look at that. Arsenal mate saying, Fuzzy is back. Ain't changing a bit. Benjamin Button, he's calling you. Look at that. Big up the deal, boy. What's the crack? He says, big up Jez panel and the legends in the chat. Evening to Digital Anarchy. He said, I hate the cost of food in supermarkets. Yeah, it's all rising. Mr. Pads, good evening as well. Big up, Jez. Am I right in assuming that West Ham now need to win the next game while Spurs must lose their next two in order for West Ham to stay up? Yeah. Spurs even getting a draw rules West Ham out. Absolutely correct. It is. Yeah. They need to lose both. We need to win that game now, and it'll be one solitary point. Which I've said.
It's a team that could do it. It would be Spurs. It would be Spursy. So keep the faith.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're now relying on the game on Tuesday now.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Lone Star. Plain water after that loss. Yeah, don't forget, we finished about quarter two, Lone Star. I've had about 45 minutes to drink the rest of what I needed to. Water's just kind of smoothing it down. Del Boy saying it the likes people, absolutely. Arsenal Nick saying, yeah, that's plain water for sure. Welcome back, Chris. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. If Fuzzy is Palace, I'm off. No, he's Man United, Chris. You're all right, mate. You've got no fear.
The honorary Palace for you, if you'd like.
He's my biggest rival.
Good evening after Bushby, as he says. Great season, bloody brilliant season for Leeds United. Yeah, they've done really well. Leeds lost 4 games in 21. 2 against Man United, Manchester, 1 against Arsenal. So, look, that's not bad at all for them, is it? I mean, at the end of the day, they've got themselves out of it, and we are where we are because of where we are. Darren saying, correct, Mr. Pads, Spurs need a point to stay up from 2 games, and if they don't, West Ham must win to avoid the drop. It is all maths now, don't we? Arthur Bushby also says Manchester City were lucky against Leeds away.
It were?
Yeah. 2-0 down, lost 3-2 in the 98th minute. Yeah. Daniel Farker, Leeds, we love you. And considering they was going to sack that man last season, it's a great turnaround for him. One Daniel Farker singing song, Walking in Farker, Wonderland Leeds.
Oh, no.
He's enjoying. Arthur says Sunderland could get Europa. That would be an achievement and a half. Brighton and Brentford got difficult opposition. I mean, they've had a great season. Let's not, beat around the bush here.
If Sunderland win the Europa League, then the Europa League needs to be looked at. I'm sorry, but it does need to be looked at. If they win it, I'm sorry, but you've got to look at that Europa League at that point. What is going on? You've got Aston Villa in the final.
Well, when I did the show last night for our game, considering now we could possibly have 9 teams that can qualify for, Champions League. And when I was reading about it on the show, if you watch the video, go and have a look at the stream, because I was confused as anything. If you listen to it and you read it yourself, you will be as well. Because it's all, again, if this does this, it'll be another spot here. If that one does that, that does that. Mate, confusing as anything.
Get 9 Champions League qualifications.
Because you've got Palace going for the Conference League final, if I'm not mistaken. That Palace going for the Conference League final as well.
Yeah.
That puts them in Europa.
Imagine
if
that.
Aston Villa win Europa, they go into the Champions League. And because they've already qualified for the Champions League, it has to go down to another spot.
Well, imagine that.
There you go.
Got in 5 league positions. If you ended up with 9 placements for a Champions League qualification, Chelsea would still finish 10th. So,
yes.
if they made it 19 qualification spots for Champions League, Chelsea would finish 20th.
True.
In all seriousness, though, does this table make any sense to anyone looking at the league table? It's one of the weirdest looking league tables I've ever seen. How in the world can a team who's lost 12 times be that high up the league? How is that even possible? We've lost 12 times. And we might even get a Champions League. How is that even possible? It baffles me.
The thing with that, Godfather, if you do kind of get that. I mean, with him in charge at the moment, it might be short-lived. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If he's doing what he's doing. Dave, good evening, mate. Old school gun, all right, lads. Good to see you, Dave. It's been too long, mate. Hope you living life out in Switzerland is going very well. Lone Star saying Leeds conceded 9 goals in 2 games against the Arsenal. Big up to Aussie Ange. Panel, Spurs are safe. More than likely it could be, but it's still maths at Aussie Ange. But thank you for coming in, mate. Do appreciate it as always. And thank you, Dave, as well. Best luck with the stream. Thank you. Dilboy saying big up Darren. Some turnout yesterday. Arthur Bushby saying, so what? Played Arsenal's second game. Pity didn't have Arsenal next week. Whip these asses. He's loving it. They just spec me to Dirty Lee's Lone Star saying, wow. Dilboy saying, my favourite car is the Ford Escort Mark II. Yeah,
my dad loves that car.
Yeah, I
Nice
car. Is this Top Gear? I like my cars, Chris. I will talk about them. I do like them.
It's probably better than Top Gear.
Yeah. Look at that. Calvert-Lewin, 15 goals that cost 0. Nickma, 8 goals, cost 0. Kept Leeds up. Done a great job. Both worth combined £50 million. Big up Elzino. Big up everybody in the chat. Big up to yourself as well. Calvert-Lewin, England number 9. Not Harry Kane. Well, interesting. And also he's saying over to everyone as well. Bianca Rose, big you all from the States of US. I support Chelsea over here, and I'm very excited with Alonso joining Chelsea. Yes, the man in the middle, he's also you as well. And he's also saying yes, Jez as well. Much love. Big up you, man. He's saying VTalk. Big up to yourself as well. Big up to Spurs. Big up Jez. Only Arsenal fan I like on YouTube. There you go. There you go.
Appreciate it, man.
There you go, Jez. Did like a real Arsenal fan.
Don't drop trophy Arsenal. Leeds come take off your hands next season. Look. VTalk saying I don't want West Ham to be relegated, but it seems like it's going to happen. It could happen. Like I said, I'm still going for the faith. But yeah, we'll see. Stricto Strict, big up the man them on the panel. Big up to you as well, Stricto. Good to see you as well.
That's right.
And make sure you go and see it. Everyone's channels are there. Arthur Bushby still saying, pick me, let West Ham beat Leeds. Help send Spurs down.
The league did not unite enough to get Spurs relegated. I'm disappointed. Everyone in for themselves. Eh?
Yeah.
We couldn't band together and get those guys relegated.
Man. Stricto's also saying Arsenal for the FN League. Come on.
Mhm.
James, good evening to the crew. He's saying Leslie, good evening as well. Arsenal 4, Burnley 0 tomorrow night. I think that could be the scoreline. Prime Ice, big up, guys. Big up to you, Prime. Good to see you as well. And Mandy, good evening. Hope you're well. Jose, good evening as well. Last on screen and all on the chat. Hope you're doing well, Jose. Thanks for being in. If you want to come on, let us know as well if you're still here. Big Bad Bit of Blue. Loom was shit for us last year, apparently. Millwall Fan Championship team. We're going to go. Look, Talha, hello. Hope everyone is good. We're all doing very well. KXD Lid, West Ham got a great fan base. They don't deserve this, mate. What was interesting, I don't know if you watched the game, seeing when I think it was even when the second goal went in, there was about 4 or 5 West Ham fans already looks like they was going to make their way out the stadium. And I mean, I know, Jez, this is something we've spoken about many a time, seeing fans leave early. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know they've got a big old trek to get back from Newcastle way back down to the East End, but you don't walk out of that period of time. You never know what could happen in the game.
Always stay at the end, man. Always.
Yeah.
You know, I've only ever left a game early, and that was because it was a family problem. That's when I was at Old Trafford 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Because my mum had been rushed into hospital, so I had to get back. But no, you got to. I mean, especially if you've made the effort to go all that way to Newcastle, that's a hell of a long way to go, man. you got to take the punishment, and you know, if you know the away end at at St James's, you're up in the gods anyway. It's about 3.5 million steps to get up there, so you might as well just stay there. You know, I've never understood it myself, but I suppose I don't know.
Someone said on the watch along, they reckon the West Ham fans were probably all on the piss first four and that, and I said no, it's probably the players have been on the piss. Look at the performance on the pitch at the moment. I think the West Ham fans.
Well, I was watching your watch.
They want to see a game, not that. Jesus, man.
I suppose with those.
The other thing is, Tone. The other thing is, right, as you said, and I said, and Mama was on your channel tonight, this afternoon. I mean, if you go to Newcastle, you're not going to get a better night out. And I've said it to Mama straight up. I said, it's a great city to go for a night out, and the scenery is unbelievable. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. With these young ladies, it's great to watch, and why not make a night of it and stay there? That's what I've done in latter years, not in my younger years, but in my older years when I could afford to stay up there and have a night out. Fantastic place to go. Lovely people, Newcastle. Lovely people.
Yeah.
Just watching for that frying pan behind you there, Jesse, if your wife's coming in.
Yes, we are. Well done, Chris is saying to him. Taylor saying, if I'll be honest, I think it's over for West Ham. Possibly. I'm not going to give up just yet. I think after Tuesday, ask me that same question, then you might get a more of a realistic answer, I think, from that point. Jan Boy, good evening as well. He says, big up the panel and Jezza from Top Boy.
Jan Boy.
786, I'm Lee's one again. Well done, mate. Big up to the chat as well. Mandy saying it would be Spursy to lose their last two. Yes, absolutely. Arsenal Manic saying, Fuzzy, did you get away with handball today?
I suppose even if we did,
yes.
Even if we did, our XG was like 4.5. We should have scored about like 500 goals today. There's so many chances that we had in Burmo, Sky in it, missing from 3 yards out. Dallo, hitting post, woodwork, this and that. It's kind of like fine marches. Everyone's crying about it. I looked at the camera angles. They spent about 5 minutes looking at this thing anyway. So it's one of those where it's, but is it not? I think if you're gonna be VAR right on the very edge of this, it's like with offsides. People was like, but it's so close. Give benefit to the attacking player. If it's literally just minuscule, like the only way you'd actually call it is if it was automated. So
well, that's a lovely political answer, but you said yes or no.
Well, I'm just going to say to be biased and say no. Hold that, everyone else who's crying about it.
And what about the double handball against Liverpool?
Hold that again.
Again, there we go. See, that's what I want. I want you to stand on it. That's what I want for us. Stand on it, lad. Stand on it. Be sure.
Even then, let's just get rid of VAR because everyone's getting pissed off with it. Even the pundits are having enough of it. It's so boring. Same thing over and over again.
I mean, the thing is, when you look at this one, obviously you got Stockley Park saying, like, it's no goal. You should chalk this one off. But he's overruled them. But if you look at certain kind of clippets and this and the other, and that, you can see there's clear handball going on. But other days you don't get away with it. Today you do, and it's again. When you think what's happening in Scotland, what's gone on over there, and when you look what's gone on in a lot of the games over the last couple of weeks, as you said, Cockfather, subjective, and it's one of those. But when it's clear and obvious, then it raises that same old question again. What should change? Is it the actual, the system itself? Should it be the officials? Should we have a better governing body that comes in, to keep an eye on this? Because if this is happening now, come to the end of the season, what are we going to expect for? Well, maybe you guys might expect next season. Depends on where we are. But what happens for next season? Because that is going to be interesting. Because if this is the trend now, surely that's going to carry on into the next season.
Yeah, well,
But doesn't it just make the referees look even worse? When they have got the technology, they still can't get the rules right. So that makes me wonder, do you even know the rules in the first place?
The rules change, don't they? I thought that's how it works in 2026.
Who knows?
they
But if
they
the
draw
same
they get
referees who can't see it on the naked eye also can't see it with all loads of different angles, then you're incompetent either way. Whether you're on the pitch or in the room, you're incompetent both ways, then, aren't you?
Well, yeah, because I think I've just seen a clip here. I'm just watching, some of the replays of some of the games. I think it's the Brentford Palace game, and I think there's a penalty decision gets given there. And from the angle you're watching the camera, you can see the players already going down at this stage before contact is even made, and yet they still allow the penalty. So when you look at that, that's another one subjective. But this is, I think, the question of VAR and stuff like that, I think we can all agree this is something you could do a stream and it will go on for a week, I do believe, until you get the correct formula right, because what's going on at the moment is not good for any team.
Are they just what I reckon they do, right, is they gather together on Thursday night or Friday morning, and they all gather in a big boardroom meeting, and they get out the laptop, their boss, their big boss, the laptop, and they get Grok open, and they say, right, Grok, AI, write the Premier League officiating rules and standards for this particular weekend, and that's going to be the rule sheet we go off of. And then they're like, oh, that's a fantastic idea. Great. So then they roll with that for a week, and then they do the same thing next week. Because it's AI, it's going to slightly deviate its answers from week to week.
True. There is that. Yeah, it's...
We're being official. Football's being taken over by Grok, guys. Watch out. Grok's coming for you. It's going to start filling your seats as well.
AI is coming to a pitch near you.
I mean,
just make it like the Thunderdome. WWE Thunderdome. Just get screens instead of seats and put your face up on there.
You might as well.
I mean, Cop
It's
5.
going to be the new Stretford End, this.
I watched your game yesterday, and there was a situation between McAllister and Buendia, where McAllister grabs hold of the shirt, and he literally just brings it up to here.
I saw it.
And you'd think that McAllister had been at the halfway line and run all the way over, and then kind of pole drived him in the neck. I mean, the way he went down, like, theatrically, it's things like this that I've, and I'll ask this to Fuzzy, Jez, and Oshi to Michael. These things needs to be stamped out because we're seeing it way too often.
I did not like it. I hated it. Every second of it, I hated that.
And for me, it's the players actually kind of look at themselves and watch afterwards and think to yourself, how come I made myself look all right? See you next Tuesday there by doing what I did.
Yeah.
But he didn't even give us an advantage, so there was no point to do it. He just looked at it.
And that's the thing.
The grip, and then it's like, mate, are you a man or a mouse? Get up. Football, get up.
Man, I don't know.
Might have an obsession about touching the blades of grass at Villa Park. It's like, oh, this grass feels real soft. I need a reason to go down there.
Yeah.
We need to go back to the 90s way of playing some Premier League football. That was some real football.
You just get Keane on the other team, and he'll go through. Just tell Roy Keane that right there is Erling Haaland's dad. Yeah. let him know how you feel. Roy Keane is covering that pitch in record time, and he's going straight through.
No way, Jose. No way. So I thought I'll ask the question anyway. I've seen you, but I've just seen this now. Good evening, Stacey, the mum overlord. She says, don't listen to Arthur. He chats absolute waffles. And he says, West Ham let England down. Yeah, we won the World Cup. Teller says, I don't see the point of leaving early because you made the journey London Newcastle. Yeah, I mean, as Jess said, I mean that's a trek and a half, isn't it? You're not gonna
It's
be-
a trek and a half getting from your seat to the exit as well. They probably got out the turnstiles as the final whistle went for those that left in the 20th minute. They're like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're a fan at the end of the day. Win or lose, draw, you're there. You should be there for the whole lot.
Yeah, 100%.
You've paid all your money for that experience. So, you know, the good and the bad times. We've all been there. We've all seen our clubs have good times, and definitely we've seen them have bad times. But I wouldn't, like you, Jess.
30 steps to get up there. So it's like you need an oxygen mask when you get to the top. Well, I would now, at my age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Do you not have lifts in there?
and then you get there, and then you think, fucking hell, it's easier walking down than going up. But if you're there, you're there. So stay there. You know what I mean?
Exactly it. I mean, I know Upton Park. I mean, I remember when they built the Bobby Moore, the Trevor Brookings stand. I mean, when you went up to the top tier of that, because it was so compact in certain respects. When you was walking down, you thought, "Fuck! If I trip over here, mate, I'm going over the other side," because it was that kind of slanted. It's like, you know, he's hoping there's going to be a screen to protect you if you was going to go. But yeah, when you look at that, I mean, even the London Stadium, when you think, if you look at, you know, our background here, where you see them top lights there, how far you are up there is unbelievable. Where you got to get to, and unfortunately, you know, Fuzzy, you're saying about lifts. No, mate. Would you believe this? Yeah, with the London Stadium, you've got a disabled area. Yeah, if you bring a mobility scooter in, where you are there, you've got to go to the other side of the stadium to leave your mobility scooter there, and then you've got to make your way all the way back to that disabled area. There's no other place they've got for it.
The whole stadium's a disability in that case.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like somebody gets left on a train it's like, hold on, I booked to get help to get off this train here. You get your mobility scooter around to the other side of the stadium, you're like, is someone going to help me then? Like, how am I going to get all the way over there again? Walk. Wow.
And that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, in that, you know, if someone's that kind of disabled, you can't expect them to leave the thing from one end to the other and then come all the way around.
No.
In this day and age, you're telling me that we've not got that in place here at the London Stadium. I mean, that in itself is, well, that sums up the whole place basically for me.
That's shocking, John.
Just madness. Bianca's asking, do you guys think Pep will leave with the ways he's kept deflecting in press conferences about him leaving in the summer?
I thought it was common knowledge. I knew he was leaving.
No, I don't think he will. I don't think so.
I think he's
Well,
off.
I don't think he will at this time.
Let me bring Uncle in as well. Even Uncle. Yeah, but
Hey.
How you doing, guys? Are we good?
we're all
Yeah,
good, mate.
yeah.
We're all good. If
Sorry,
you listen
sorry.
to if you listen to what he said, Cotfather, he said that, you know, basically the future's bright. So is that cryptic? Is he staying on for
I
another year?
literally said this right at the beginning of the season that this is Pep's last season. Rods will back me up there.
Yeah, he did.
But no, but listen, well, after he won the FA Cup yesterday, his words said possibly, you never know.
You know what it is? You know, yes, Copvar did say that, but there's always a thing with Pep Guardiola. He's got a taste for success. Do you know what I mean? Now, what he's actually done with that team, which is very good, he's actually literally rebuilt that team. You know what I mean? Over 3 transfer windows, he's rebuilt it. So, to me, and it'll be hard to walk away from that. What he's actually rebuilt. Do you know what I mean? It'll be really hard to walk away from it. So, if he ends up don't leaving, I can understand him not leaving because it's going to be very hard. I mean, if I was a manager and I built a team like that over 3 windows in there, I'd be like, maybe I can do another year or 2. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and see what, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I don't know. It's like, all right, if you built, so like you built your house, you build a house, yeah, you build a house for yourself. You know what I mean? You know, you put an extension on it. You're not exactly going to leave, are you? You're going to think, I'll stay a bit more longer, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Enjoy it. Try and enjoy it.
yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
How do you make more money out of it?
No, but I think that's what it is. He wants to stay on to enjoy the moment, to say like, look, I built a team, and you know, I've won the League Cup, I won the FA Cup, and I could possibly win the league. You never know. Do you know what I mean? Although obviously Arsenal was in pole position, didn't they? But anything can happen. Do you know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
and let's say he does win the league. Let's say, for instance, in an argument's sake, he does win the league. You can't expect him to walk away from that, can you?
But it's the Harvey Dent situation, isn't it? You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But at the moment, he's a hero.
Watch out for that. That has happened so many times throughout football.
Yeah, you always quit while you're at the top, but at the moment, he's a hero at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can get
you
it
die a
on that
hero.
as well, can't you?
Or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Die
But
a
do
hero.
don't you think at the end of the day, Pep Guardiola would always be a hero at Man City? Because, not being funny, before Pep Guardiola got there, they weren't really doing much. All right, they won a league under Mancini. They won the league under Mancini, and I think they won the league. Didn't they win the league under Pellegrino? That Pellegrino guy.
Pellegrini.
Yeah.
Pellegrini,
I
yeah,
think they did, yeah.
yeah, right. So really, but they haven't really had success like this since Pep Guardiola's come. Do you know what I mean? So I think no matter what he does, as long as it's not too bad, you know what I mean, he would always be seen as a hero. I think for the man.
You was doing all right, Uncle, until you mentioned that man named Pellegrini and that. You know, you can sort off now because of that.
Oh, he's with you, isn't he? He was with you. Sorry,
Yeah,
mate.
mate. Yeah.
All they
Sorry,
need to
Jez, you were
do
going to
is
say.
get Lopetegui.
He's
No,
blowing the bubbles with you.
Yeah, mate.
I'm just putting it in there I'm just putting it in there. Where would he go, Pep? Where would he leave? Where would he
Ooh,
go
that's,
to?
that's a good shout.
Good
Good
shout.
shout.
Where would
Before
he
we
go?
do that, though, there was a squeak, and obviously Brendan's saying, "Is that a squeaky door or Jez's wife creaking knees?"
Yeah, it's probably a news, mate.
Oh,
Steady on, steady on, that's a bit strong.
Well, she's knocking on a bit now. You know what I mean?
that frying
Oh,
pan's
tell her how you
close
say that,
close
pal.
to Jez.
Tell her how you say that.
No, she's not here tonight, so
Oh,
I'll get
you're right. Get away.
That's why you said that earlier. I knew it.
You were. Yes, you're no good. You're no good. You wait till you get back
Mate,
there and start giving it to her.
I swear down, mate. I swear down. I would never say that if she was in the house. I swear. I would be buried in the garden.
So no Les Dawson jokes. Do you remember? Did anybody remember Les Dawson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but he was quality, wasn't he? With his mother-in-law jokes. Yeah.
When he did when he used to do the lady, what was it? The two ladies.
Oh, the
talking.
two
Yeah,
ladies. Yeah.
And that's what Les Normals are like. The Normals like. 'Cause what they would do, they would say like a sentence, but if the ending of the sentence was risky, they would just mouth it. They wouldn't actually say it. They'd just mouth it, mouth the rest of it. Do you know what I mean?
He used to go like that, didn't he? He'd go.
That's right, yeah, just, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he used to do that.
He was
Where would Pep go? That's a good shout. Where would he go?
Who's available?
I still
Seems
think he's
available.
got to do another year yet. I mean, he's got to bring in a defensive midfielder as well because Rodri can't play 90 minutes. Bernardo Silva is leaving as well.
Mhm.
So
Is he
I think the defensive
going.
midfielder in there, I think, for next season. And
Yeah.
And
now the finished article, I think they'll be favourites for the league, but the Champions League is always a different story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if you look at the FA Cup, considering they won it yesterday, I think the last 4 attempts they've failed to kind of get it over the line. And if you look at it against you guys,
They've got our number, Tom. Look, going into the game yesterday, look, I always want to be positive about everything, you know me, Tom. Obviously, all things Chelsea, it's been difficult in recent times. I mean, the only win that we've had was against Leeds, and that was in the semi-final. Our league form is terrible. We've got an interim manager who's I think he's doing his best. Callum's coming in doing a difficult job. I mean, there's not a lot of great feeling about the club at this moment in time. It's the season hasn't gone the way we've hoped. We've got players that are out of their depth, that are not at the level of what Chelsea should be doing, especially 4 years into this project of this ownership now, and we're just not seeing it at this moment, Tom. Look, it's big getting Xabi Alonso. I mean, that is massive, I think, for us. I do have concerns about Xabi Alonso, about how he was at Real Madrid. That's a bit of a worry for me, Tom. You know, big club, big attitudes, big players, and then he just upped and ran. That's a bit of a worry for me. But, I mean, I get the feeling he was sacked because it is Real Madrid. Real Madrid have got that demand. I mean, if you don't play a certain style of football, you know, that attractive football, they get rid of you, don't they?
Well, the
white handkerchiefs come out.
Yeah, the fans,
the white handkerchiefs come out, don't they? As soon as they come out, you're done.
Yeah.
They seem to dictate in that. And then you've got to think, when you look at their ownership, the amount of people they've got in that side of things, that's where the problem is. You know, don't be wrong. Chelsea are, you know, not far behind with the amount of people they've got with a blue coat kind of thing. You know, you're not that far behind them. But
maybe this is by Tom as well.
Yeah, it was that. I think the main thing is, at least Alonso knows the Premier League.
He does, yeah.
And Chelsea fans going to give Alonso time, though.
That's a good question.
It is a good question. Yeah,
I think if the sporting directors and the people behind the scenes let him do his thing, they said they're going to do that, but are they actually going to carry it out? That's the next question. And obviously, it is tough now that we don't have UCL football. We've not got any form of European football given after yesterday. The game yesterday, for me, well, it was difficult to take. We knew we're not favourites going into that game. I knew that anyway, because Manchester City are a level above us. We all know that.
Yeah.
But, you know, a cup final, Tom, on the day, you never know, do you? And all that. And it was just so disappointing, Tom, that we had one shot on target in 90 minutes. I mean, the nearest we came was when Levi Colwell headed that ball into Enzo Fernandez and he puts it over the bar.
Yeah.
For me, that was the nearest that we got. And then there was a penalty claim, Joe Pedro Kashanov. I didn't think it was a penalty at all either. No. In terms of City, they were good. I don't think they were that amazing. I mean, Semenyo had his moment, the back flick. Haaland was quiet in that second half until he played his part in that goal. Outside of that, it was just disheartening that we just didn't compete in the way I thought we could have done.
Well, yeah, someone classed it as quite a boring FA Cup final. So, yeah.
It was.
Let me just kind of get this up and that, because obviously I've got to appreciate him for doing this as well. But for Lawrence, big up Lawrence. He sent to me a very healthy super chat. Thank you very much for that. So, yeah, thank you anyway. He says, I want to stay up, but if we do go down, I will still be with the Hammers. I love this team and I love my mate, West Ham mates more. We're a family coming New Islands. And yeah, I mean, this is the good thing I say about the West Ham community. If we do go down, we are used to it. We've done it 4 or 5 times. We do stick together. And at least if we do go down, we're still going to pack the rafters. And I think that's the only kind of downside of it, because the ownership know that West Ham people will still pay the prices for this, the season tickets, turn up for the games and be there throughout. And yeah, that's the sad part about it when you've got things like that going on. But yeah, Lawrence, it's not over yet, mate. It's not over yet. We've still got a way to go. It's all down to the maths, and unfortunately, we are dealing with the game on Tuesday. We've got to see where that goes from there. But we'll see. PFC TV saying to Jez, big up to the Jez and the main man. West Ham should have gone through it at Crystal Palace. Yeah, that's without foul. Zeno saying Pep will probably leave Maresca. Was interviewed in Italy, where he's from, saying that he is ready if City come calling. Maresca. And there is that. You'll have a word say for that one, will you, Michael? And mine is a Honda S2000. That's a nice car. He said Newcastle girls are wild. Yeah, seen some of the fights they do as well. You reckon we're winning on Wednesday, Villa?
I reckon so.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, apart from obviously the team he put out against Spurs, how he turned over Forest, and of course, as Uncle.
Well, you look at his record in Europe, man.
That's right.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, yeah, he's exceptional, absolutely exceptional, Jez. I mean, he knows it, doesn't he? And this is the thing; it's just a fact of. I mean, look, he's got a job to do. From a West Ham point of view, we could say that, and Spurs fans thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. They beat the Villa, and they deservedly need to win. Get that, and then they were brought back down to earth when they played Leeds. And then say when you look at Villa playing Forest, how they turned them over, and then of course them playing Liverpool last night and seeing how that game went. It just proves that he's got a thing in mind. Obviously the cup competition is the main thing for him. But if he can also do well in the league, he's still, regardless of where he is, he's still going to do well, and he'll be in Europe next year. It's just a matter of fashion. When you look at the so-called conspiracy theorists out there, what's been going on, it's one of those. But yeah, I think I think we can all agree Villa will turn up for that game.
I think West Ham play better than bloody Liverpool will play. Absolutely rubbish.
Stricto saying Newcastle accents on the girls are top. I can't lie. Yes, they are.
The word they're saying.
Yes.
And I'm going back a bit in time now. Last time I went to Newcastle, which was a while back now, but I remember we were in this bar and Arsenal won, I think 2-1 or something like that, and we had a great time. Got chatting to these girls, and they were like really, really fun. Couldn't understand what they're fucking saying. Like, what? And I was like, we were chatting these Newcastle fans, actually, really nice guys. And I said, what are they saying? They're asking where you're from. Like, right.
Where you from, like?
I can't do a Newcastle accent, but it was like,
Get me a translator.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I put them on the same part as a Scouse girl. They're up here, both of them, extremely annoying.
And we weren't. We weren't on the. All of us that were there. I think there's 6 of us. We were all married. We're not on the pool, right? And that's not our thing. But these young girls were just chatting to us, and we're like, what the fuck are they talking about?
I can imagine Jez, yeah. I literally can imagine Jez in a conversation, looking at him and go, what the fuck are you on about?
He would have said that as well.
I'll tell you the funniest one, right? Before I shut up. I said on your show earlier, so there's a place in Newcastle called Jesmond, right? And that's where we were staying in a B&B type place, lovely place. And there was so after the game we went in and we made our way back there, and we decided, let's go for a curry. And so we found this curry house, and I swear down, one of the best curries I've ever had in my life. But I'll tell you the funniest thing in the world, right? When we've got in there, right, and we've said, this fella, can we have a table for 6 or whatever it was? And the waiter come over, lovely young lady, Indian, Pakistani lady, and And we were sat there, and she starts speaking to us in the fucking Geordie accent. I'm like, you know, here, and I'm like, no, I'm not being racist or anything like that. What to make it, I am, right? And I was like, she was probably about, I don't know, 20 something. Like that. Really nice girl, and we're all sat there going, right. Well, I'll have
don't expect it.
No, I
Why,
think.
I like you.
I mean, you know, come on. I mean, I'm not having.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like different. It's like, you know, it's like going to like Jamaica, yeah, and like go to a restaurant and getting like a white guy coming at you speaking in Jamaican accent. Do you know what I mean? You think, what the fuck?
You before.
But it can happen. It can happen.
Yeah.
You have got a lot of white Jamaicans in Jamaica. Do you know what I mean? And obviously other nationalities, well, Chinese and Japanese and so forth. You know what I mean? But it's like that. It's a culture shock. So I didn't expect that. You know what I mean? But in Newcastle, they have got a lot of Arabs in Newcastle. They've had them, and they've had them for years, like long time. I'm talking about hundreds of years. They've got a lot of Arab people up there. You know what I mean? You know.
I must admit, Uncle, you're just throwing a seed in my head in that. I'm just trying to think of a Chinese man speaking Yardi kind of thing.
Listen, I went to Jamaica. Last time I went to Jamaica was 2017, and I went to downtown Kingston, which is like the equivalent of London. It just looks just like London and that. Do you know what I mean? So hot down there. It's fucking hot.
Well, it's not London, then that's for sure.
Oh yeah. There is that. But I went down there and you got all these shops and stuff, and buy clothes and all this stuff. And you got like, you know, Chinese people that actually own these stores and stuff. Right. And then when you speak to them, they're speaking to you in the broadest Jamaican accent you can ever. You know what I mean? And they're not actually putting it on. That's just how they talk. You know what I mean? You understand?
Yeah.
It does happen. You know what I mean? And like I went to a couple of functions out there. I went to a couple of functions out there and stuff. And then, you know, you went to one function on a Wednesday night in Kingston. It's really good. And you got all nationalities of people there. You got Italians, you got Spanish, you got like Polish, you got Japanese, and obviously your black people and that, but it's just all different nationalities, and they're all enjoying themselves and stuff. You know what I mean? It's
good.
Very good.
That's good. Good evening to Mama Flossie and that, and if you haven't seen it already, go and watch the watch along me and Mama did together, and that it was a good show.
I did see a bit of that, but then my kids started messing up.
No,
you know that,
and then they started.
No, do you know Mama Flossie at the day, right? Yeah, I'm not being funny. When I ever see Mama Flossie's name comes up, she reminds me of a Jamaican woman. Seriously, right? Because in Jamaica, that's what they call like the big woman. Them, you know what I mean? So they go like Mama Bless or Mama Angel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Tone. That's what they do. And so whenever like Mama Flossie comes up, it always reminds me of Jamaica. That's why I put in your thing today. I put in your thing today. Mama Flossie Wagwan.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Don't tell me you jumped on there when I left.
Good evening to Soya Sauce MFC. He's going there. Super Millwall. We will see you at the Den. There's a possibility you will do indeed. Good evening, Factory saying as well. And I'll see you. We'll see you at the Den. He's saying. Evening, Mama Flossie from Brendan. Yeah. They beat Bolton for us in the 98 days before Cup Winners' Cup. So, yeah, obviously, you never know. Could do the job. We will see you, he's saying, Millwall. Good to see you as well. Evening, Brendan. Brendan saying, Fuzzy, he trapped the door with his arm. Come on now.
He's going to stand on it. He's going to be shameless.
And bastard doors, I tell you.
Taylor saying, yeah, we were terrible against Spurs, but you really can't give us all the blame. West Ham United started bad, it will cost you like a net. Exactly. Look, one game doesn't change the season at the end of the day. Yeah. Simple as that. I've got Celtic football team pay VAR. Wow, that's been going on as well.
Especially that second goal yesterday.
Man,
title decided, yeah.
That's what Lee's. Oh, Ball, yeah. I know, Brendan, we know. VAR is needed, to be fair. If you've seen Villa versus Newcastle, the FA Cup, yeah, there's a lot of things that needs to be done better, though. Good evening to Carl Guna. Good evening, gentlemen in chat. Hope you're all well, doing very well. And good evening to Carl Rossi as well. Good evening, all he's saying. Evening, Sam Jake says, Jez, if Arteta win a double, are you going to apologise in the centre to Arteta?
Oh,
I still sack him. He's terrible.
I don't think I have to apologise to Arteta. I've never met the man. Why do I have to apologise? But I hear what you're telling me. At the end of the day, if he wins a double or wins Champions League or Premier League, I will say, well done, fair play. I'm not going to. I don't have to apologise to him because I'm entitled to my opinion, and so I don't hate the guy. I don't know him, never met him, never will meet him, and so no, I'm not going to apologise.
Apologising to a guy who's winning the league by default when he should have already won it? No. Arsenal should have won this league ages ago.
Should have done. That's the immortal words, though.
Just practicing for the Champions League. By the way, Gyökeres, has he actually made a difference to your squad? Let's be honest here.
It's a good shout. What do you think, Jez? Do you think Gyökeres has changed the fortunes for Arsenal since he's come in? Or is he kind of just done the job?
Look, he's had a slow start, right? But hey, I've known many good Arsenal. Start again. I've known many players that have joined Arsenal have gone on to be sublime. Let's get it right. Thierry Henry came to Arsenal, didn't score for 15 games. And we're all going, who the fuck is this then? Who's this? Who's that? Whatever. And then went on to become an absolute Arsenal legend. So, personally...
Dennis Bergkamp.
Cracking player.
Yeah, he couldn't really get a game at Inter Milan, could he?
No.
He comes to Arsenal and he just like transforms me. He was such a quality player. That's one player that I used to watch every sort of like, every time Arsenal played in there, right? My focus was on Bergkamp because what he can do in midfield was just unbelievable. I mean, one time we played Liverpool played Arsenal at Highbury, going back a while, and he made a pass, and this pass that Bergkamp made, right? He just literally ripped open Liverpool's midfield, ripped it open, and I think he got to Perez, and then Perez scored or something like that. But he's just unbelievable player, really good player.
The only thing I'd say about Gyökeres is, personally, I think he has got massive potential, and a lot of people gave up on him. And in recent weeks, when he's banged a few goals in, and this is what annoys me about a lot of the Arsenal fan base, they give up on players way too early. Now, he hasn't had the greatest of support from through balls to him. He's a striker. He feeds off through balls. That's his job. That's what he does, right? And when he gets that through ball, I'm not saying every time, he scores. But personally, I think he's been played wrongly by the manager, but that's a debate for another day. But yeah, next season, I think we'll see more out of him if the manager, and Arteta will be here next year, let's get it right. We are going to win the Premier League. I'm going to put them out there and say it. I think it's job done. And congratulations and well done, Arteta, and well done to Arsenal. But the manager now needs to actually learn what and how he can play Gyökeres in the right way.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. Just go back onto the VAR. Proud Goon is putting here, look, PGMOL needs serious meeting with all Premiership clubs prior to the next season, so managers could voice their opinions going forwards. As he says there, some decisions cost European places, titles, and relegation.
Are they actually going to have a conversation, or are some managers going to want to keep it as it is because they benefit?
But the thing is, for me, Copfather, I think it does need to be looked at because you need a governing body to look at them Because not being funny, any job you go to, if you're not doing right, then you're going to get hooked in, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And when you look at some of the decisions they're making, it's a fact that they can't make a decision, as we've already said. They'd either get the referee to go to the screen because they can't make head nor tail of it. And they're the one that's got the technology right in front of them. They've got all the camera angles. The referee's only shown what he's shown. And, going back to actually when you look at the one with the Arsenal West Ham game, the fact they've only shown him certain angles and he replays the video 17 times over. And then you see a day or so afterwards, another camera angle shows you a clear picture from another, not just our game, but other games. And it's like, well, if you've got all that technology, why are you not showing him? If you can't see it on that angle, but we've got this one for you, you can see it's more obvious in there. This one. He looks at the screen. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Decision, done.
So
the
is
fact
it
they're kind of
they're only showing him the angle that they want him to make the decision that they want to make at Stockley Park?
Well, it seems to be, because this is what seems to be the case in the instance on this particular game. He was only shown certain things. But then even then, when you're watching, if you're watching Sky TNT or whatever kind of thing, and they show you the the actual kind of decisions, you're not getting the kind of lines going across like they used to. You're seeing, like last season, for instance, someone needed to calibrate the cameras because they was on the piss. They was all like this, there's the pitch like this, and the angle's like that, and it's like, hold on, what's going on there? You could see that the player's offside, but yeah, I think, was it last season? I'm trying to think what the game was now. It took over 7 minutes to make a decision.
There was our game once where even on an offside, they told the referee to go to the monitor even on an offside. I was like, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Remember that, Rods? They told the referee to go to the monitor on an offside.
Yeah. They're trying to find any reason not to give us the goal.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah, on that one, Jan boys, actually, McAllister lifting his shirt, not Buendia though. On that one, yeah.
No, I mean, anyone who's using their shirt to talk to any player.
Well, you can't think they do all this now, don't they? They do all this business. They do all that.
Yeah, but you know what it is at the day. You know what it is at the day, right? If I do believe it, they both of them from South America, yeah, right, speak Spanish and everything that. More likely, unless they know they've got translators in the bloody crowd or whatever. Do you know what I mean? They're gonna know what they're saying, are they?
That's it.
Exactly, Uncle.
Don't put the shirt up, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Some guy sat in the crowd like, "What did you just say to me?"
Yeah. I mean, look, Arsenal is saying, 9 out of 10. If they want to rule out a goal, they can find a petty reason to rule it out.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, definitely.
We've seen that quite a few times. Thoughts on Pepe Le Pew. Pep leaving City. We already said that as well. Yeah. Proud Guna says, "I hope Spurs lose the last 2 games and West Ham win." Thank you, Proud Guna.
So do I.
My brother's a West Ham fan. He's a West Ham fan, so
get his faults as well. Vitox asking, Jez, don't you click Rolexes? Do you seal them by any chance? Because I'm looking to buy one for my girl. She's just graduated. Well done. She's graduated. Good to hear that as well.
No. I don't collect Rolexes. I've got a couple, but I don't collect. I'm not a multi-millionaire, man. You know what I mean?
10-gram watches.
Much as I wish I could. That's not me. That's not me.
Lee Sunderland, Burnley all going down. He once said the fans, pundits, bookies, only Burnley. But yeah, well, Sunderland and Leeds, Sunderland have been the one for me though. Lawrence is saying, "Actually, hello from it's sick to my stomach." Yeah, I mean, like I said, Lawrence, it's still a way to go yet. Still a way to go. A lot of YouTubers got some piano, sofa, and table in their background. Whoever owns it, Proud Guna. Whoever owns that gaff is absolutely minted because he lends that place out to everyone. But he's absolutely minted. They say,
What's his move, then?
At the end, it says, "Big up, lads. Hope you will." Who's it between Tot and Jez? He looks like Graham Norton.
Graham Norton, though.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I've not heard that one before.
Oh, wow, that's a good one.
Of
Ooh.
course.
Oh,
Yeah, look, he's asking. He said, "Just ask the chap in the middle if he can play the piano."
Yeah, they play it after the show.
No, I can't. Oh, man.
Going to say no, like the Lords, awful today, but Tatty scored a beauty. I mean, yeah, it's a great goal from Tatty, I must admit. Hope you're doing well with your recovery. Yeah, of course, absolutely. Let's hope everything's all right with your Lawrence as well. Good to hear that as well. You say I can see the message. Big up to Guna Rican TV. Big up Tony in the chat. Good show you did with Darkside before. Liverpool were finished, apparently.
You're telling us.
Chris Bannon said, I remember Charlton's all grand. You needed an oxygen mask if you stood at the top. That's the night Chelsea set fire to the own. Bloody hell, man. I know there's rivalry, but Jesus. Brilliant. Good to hear that as well, Lance. Absolutely good to hear that. A message here as well. Good evening to Stephen Gilchrist. He says, big up West Ham crew and Jez. I'm so pissed off the Spurs are still here next season. Not looking good for you, Hammers, unfortunately. It's still maths. Still maths.
Still maths.
Good to hear.
It's all on us now, Taunt, on Tuesday.
It is indeed, mate. It is indeed. You've got to do the job now, they're saying.
Yeah.
Hendon, good to see you as well. Good evening, Jez, Tony, and all the panel guests and all that's watching as well.
And
Yeah, Stacey's asking to
Hello,
Lance how you're doing as well. Brilliant. Arthur Bushman is definitely one Liverpool player on screen. Do you think players still affected by Jota? By the death of Jota?
No.
The fans are still singing about him in the stadium at 20 minutes.
No, it is.
Oh,
I think it comes to a certain time and you have to sort of like put it behind you. It's still going to be in your heart, but just put it behind you
Yeah.
and deal with the matter at hand. Do you know what I mean? You can't. What I see from sort of like some of these pundits and some of these fans, they're using Jota as an excuse, and I find that disrespectful. That's disrespectful to Jota's memory, and it's disrespectful to his family. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's always
Yeah, I
going to
get
be in your heart, but do the job at heart. And
Did anyone here actually see the round the table that the Slot, Billy Hogan, and Hughes did? Because on there they actually mentioned Jota's death as a reason why Liverpool might not be performing like they can.
yes. I don't rate that. I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's disrespectful. That is so disrespectful to Jota's memory. Seriously.
Yeah, you honour the person, don't you, at the end of the day, but you don't kind of, have it latched onto your ankle like a ball and chain at the end of the day.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Proud going to saying, Jez, I think Pep has a sniff of the 115 charges, to be honest, as apparently it's June the 26th, 2026, where they are making the verdict. So they won't go down with a sinking ship. I mean, do we feel anything's going to happen on this?
No.
Yeah, they're saying a 60-point deduction, but not all at once.
No,
20 points next season, so blah, 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 blah. That's what they're saying. Who knows?
I don't think
I'd rather have their honours anyway.
now.
Yeah.
We're talking, what, 5 years ago? Something like that? 4 years ago now? If it's going to be done, it would have been done. I don't think anything's going to happen on this at all. And even Proud Guna, I hear you. Great comment, but I don't think that's going to affect anything in Pep's calendar. If Man City got a massive fine, it's not his money. He ain't going to give a shit, is he?
No.
So at the end of the day, even if it came to the point of, let's say, the inquiry said, right, next season, Man City, you've got a 10-point deduction to start the season with, he ain't going to worry about that because, right, might mean they're going to struggle to win the league, but they're still in all the cups.
Yeah. Because it hasn't affected them so far, is it? It hasn't affected them so far.
No.
Doesn't it might be concerning that his image might get affected because he's associated with a team that's been branded as cheaters and he's the manager? Won't that affect him mentally?
No.
No, I don't think it will do. He's too strong a character, I think, for that.
He ain't going to give a shit, is he? At the end of the day, right, 20 trophies deep that they've won. he'll go again, and he'll just say, "Okay, you know, whatever." Look, these people are in a different walk of life that we are, and you know, they're not going to give a shit about that. I mean, we could all sit here and slag off Pep Guardiola and Arteta and all that, and they're never going to hear about it. They don't give a shit. If you're earning that sort of money a year, 15 million quid, right? Would you give a shit what somebody called you a wanker?
No, that's different. Yeah, what am I? Tell me again.
Are you really
bank check?
Really going to get upset?
Exactly, Fuzzy.
Because at the end of the day, you know, the amount of abuse I get and all you gents on YouTube, do I give a shit? No, and I don't get 15 million pound a year. So at the end of the day, they don't. They're in a far better position than I will ever be, and they're not going to give a damn about it. They're just going to say, yeah, okay, whatever. Move on.
Very true.
Well, the other day I got told to support my local team, and I went, I'm from Widnes. My local team would be Liverpool, so I support my local team, but thank you for asking.
There you go.
Remember, Rods?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't like that, you know, because the things about
Support your local team. I do.
you know what it is? If you want to really go by that logic, right, so you can only support your local team. Well, then you should go by the logic that only people local can play for your club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then furthermore, only people local that can own your club. Yeah. Furthermore, that only people local that can manage your club. Let's just make it all local and see how far you get there.
Good point.
Put that forward, Uncle. The next PGMO, Premier League, FA, FIFA, Europa. Bring that all in. Imagine that. That would definitely mix it up. Big up to Suge, and he's giving a super chat as well. Big up to Tony Pan on the chat. Hit the likes and sub. Thank you very much, Suge. Appreciate it as well. And also, there's a new member in Jim Arsenal, but Neapolitan fan. Good to see you, Jim. Who's become a YouTube member as well. Big up to you as well.
Top guy, Jim. He's a lovely guy. Lovely guy.
Yeah, seen him on your show, Jez, quite a few times now.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Really, really good content, mate.
Let me. Where was it? That last message. Good evening, Vindaloo. You lot fucked it today. Yes, we did indeed. We did. Not going to deny that. I'll hold my hands up. Matthew Boss says, I said 2 months ago, while still being in all 4 comps, that Arteta will go trophyless again this season, and he's still standing by that as well. Interesting. And Vindaloo is saying, enjoy Millwall way.
No.
Lone Star saying, only when Pep leaves will Chitty finally be held accountable for cheating. Dear me. Absolutely. Yeah, look, as Lawrence says here, cancer sucks. I want to promote for everyone to get checked early. It does make a big difference on your survival, and I heartily agree on that. And fair, well said.
Yeah.
Fun enough, at work, we have there's a guy called Errol McKenna. He had prostate cancer, and he now promotes it in such a big way. He comes to Stansted Airport quite often and gets all us gents to have regular tests. I've done mine when I was there with him. I had a good chat with him as well. Doesn't help that he's a Spurs fan, but you know, can't help everyone, I suppose.
My uncle passed away from prostate cancer, so I know how serious that can be.
Yeah. So when you look at it, I mean, yeah, I agree with it. Yeah, it does indeed, and good to see that Lawrence is doing well. That's the main thing. So,
big up Lawrence, man. Big up, man.
Lawrence,
in this case, I can see Arteta deserving a non-con. Well, this is the thing. I mean, you say that Pro Guna. Apparently, when you look at it, they're already negotiating a new contract and going to be upping his money as well.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
I mean, if it is though, Jess, I mean,
could be wrong, but
yeah, but
it was said. I'll throw this into the mix. Josh Kroenke, start of last season, said this year we must win trophies.
they've
Now,
changed their tune from when they first came in there, haven't they?
well, that was his father, wasn't it? That was his father, Stan Kroenke. Josh Kroenke, I mean, it's Josh Kroenke's baby now. I mean, when was the last time anybody saw Stan Kroenke at the Emirates?
Oh, yeah, there is that, I suppose. Yes.
Josh is there. He does. I'm not saying he's there every game, but he is there. So,
very true.
If I mean, look, I have to say, I'm 99.9% certain Arsenal will win the Premier League, unless Arteta does something completely stupid and start 7 players in each game, right, and not the full complement. So, I think the job is done, if you want my honest opinion, and so therefore he'll get another contract. And am I happy about that? Not really, because one thing I'll have to say to you all is, if he wins the Premier League or the Champions League or both, there's a chance. Then go and do it again.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? That's the thing he's got to do.
He's got to pick up a trophy a season. Then every season he's got to pick up a trophy.
No, you're spitting facts there, Vindaloo. We weren't exactly great in the first half. We come better in the second half, but even then, we still weren't going to bang in the goals. That's for sure. I think for me, Wilson should have come on as a sub rather than staying in for the majority of the game. I don't think it was going to be the right one for him. Haven't qualified for another World Cup again, apparently. Bowen been awful last few games. Yeah, not been great. I agree on that one. Pep will manage a Spanish side. You wait and see.
Good shout.
Good point.
Burnley are 16-1 tomorrow night. Worth a shilling, he's saying.
Oh.
Imagine that.
16-1.
Hendo saying Nuno set up all wrong with the 5 at the back, but not to worry. It will be all so Spursy for Spurs to mess up against Chelsea and Everton. They will go down to the final. This will go down to the final day, and this is what I've been saying anyway. Delegation Yakubu, he's saying. Ending your manager now. I'm not a football manager. Bloody hell, man. Come on. His win percentage was 71% before he left. Wow. Rushby, he's put some comments in tonight. West Ham got wrong manager in. Look at his record. Well, have a look at Potter's record before that. He ain't far behind, though. Liverpool should have got Alonso. Yeah, I think this is the thing, for you two, Uncle and Cockfather, I mean, do you feel this is something that should have been nipped in the bud a while back, especially when you knew the speculation that, he then was available? And considering our slot has been, and as you know full well, I've said it on your channel many a time, what excuse is this man going to come out with next? Do you feel they should have jumped on this sooner rather than later? Because obviously now, Chelsea, as they've said, Alonso was their number one target, and they've got it.
You know what it is, yeah? When you got good owners, that's what they're doing. But we haven't got good owners. They're just a bag of shit. To be honest, they're rubbish. You know what I mean? So yeah, good owners do what it takes to get in the right appointment. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they messed up on the only slot. So what they're doing, right, is saving face. Do you know what I mean? Saying that they were going to give him another season to do this and to do that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, good owners seize the moment. The things with Liverpool, what it is with Liverpool. They're reactive, not proactive.
True.
And that's always their Achilles heel. Reactive, not proactive. You know what I mean? If they drop out the Champions League spot, right? So they dropped out the Champions League spot this season, right? In summer, they would spend a load of money to get back into the Champions League.
Yeah.
When they're in the Champions League, and then they don't really kind of like bother in spending money. We've seen it all before. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, one of the things about it, they was after Alonso first when Klopp left. Well, that's what we led to believe. We led to believe that they had a conversation with Alonso. Alonso said he wanted to do one more season in Germany. Do you know what I mean? See if we can recreate what he's done. Do you understand? Tell me, you understand? But he got to second. He got to be second. You know what I mean, in the league. And I can respect him for his decision. He didn't just jump ship like that. Do you know what I mean? I can respect for that. Anyway, so he's gone to Real Madrid, and it didn't work out with Madrid, but you have to be a special sort of manager for it to work out for you in Madrid. Look, Jose Mourinho went there, it didn't work out with him. You know what I mean? And you can say that Jose Mourinho is one of the top managers that around. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to be that special kind of person. So I don't think that's a blemish on him that he didn't sort of like make it Real Madrid. Now, what it is, we're looking for sort of like a manager for managing stuff. Alonso's available. What do? They dilly-dally. And this is what happens whenever, like we said, you got a player. If Chelsea or Man United or Arsenal or whatever come in and swoop that player, the first thing that Liverpool say that we wasn't interested in. Don't lie, you was.
Don't lie.
Yeah, don't lie, you was interested in him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Other journals tell us that you are on it. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, also, don't lie and say you didn't speak to him. You did speak to him, but it's just the fact that right? It's just the fact that when Alonso comes in, he wants to deal with his squad, and he doesn't want anybody telling him anything about what he should do with the squad. He's headstrong with that sort of thing. There, Liverpool don't like that, because what Liverpool want, right, is a yes man, or somebody can tell him what to do and this and that. You understand what I'm saying? Alonso's not that sort of guy. Yeah, fair play to him. I hope it works out with Chelsea for him and that, right? Because our owners they're just rubbish. They're just rubbish, and I can't stand them. All this thing with Arne Slot, yeah. Ask me something. Does Arne Slot get that job by himself? He doesn't. He don't get that job. He's got to get appointed. He's got to get appointed to that position. And who appoints to that position is either John W. Henry's going to appoint him, or like Michael Evans going to appoint him in. He don't make the decisions. He's not, you look at Arne Slot. He's not culpable for anything. There's no like consequences for what he does. You know what I mean? So he just go on and do it. He will put midfielders as right backs. He will take off defenders and put in an attacker. He will place Virgil van Dijk as a centre forward. He will do all that craziness because nobody's checking him. Nobody's telling him that, bro, what you doing? You understand? So fair play to Chelsea. They saw like an opportunity, and then went and got him. Fair play to them. Fair play.
If you believe the media, it sounds like Arne Slot is getting a season review next week from the FSG president himself, is what's been reported.
I heard somebody said on some Liverpool fans said yesterday, like it was Craig from Anfield Agenda. He said basically the decision's already made. The decision's already made that he's been sacked. So we just got ready to announce it. If you're led to believe what this guy's saying, you know what I mean?
Kind of lines up. If the FSG president has been speaking to Jurgen Klopp this whole time, it kind of lines up, doesn't it?
Interesting.
I can't see Jurgen Klopp coming back to the club unless one, Michael Edwards is not there.
That's
and two, at the end, he gets assurances at the day that like he's going to get back this time. They're going to back him this time on what he wants to do. You know what I mean? Because he basically at the day turning water into wine. Basically, that's what he's doing at Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? So I can't see Jurgen Klopp coming back unless there's two conditions at the day. At a minimum, is done. Can't see.
Interesting.
We've seen weird things happen at Liverpool, Rod. You just never know, do you? We just never know
that they would have learned that.
I've got to say, in terms of
Michael Fuzzy was talking first.
You would have thought that FSG would actually have learned their lesson from seeing how things worked out with Ten Hag. They had the perfect case study. Give a bold Dutch manager whatever he wants, you're going to die. You're done for. Close the club, close everything.
That's so true. That is so true.
Sorry, Michael.
No problem, Tom. I've got to say, I was surprised when we were linked with Xabi Alonso at first, given our situation, the way the team has been, the form, going out of Europe. Yeah, spending £1 billion in 4 years. Lone Star, yeah. Well, I agree. But we have, in the past, we have had Moses Caicedo and Romeo Lavia, and Liverpool were in the running for them players as well in the past, and we got in the head of them. So they have form for doing it. It's just everything else, isn't it?
The only one I will disagree with you on is Lavia.
Yeah.
We didn't really want them because I think myself, well, if we want them, we would have got him because we was in pole position to get him, and everything. We just kept on messing about. We wasn't really headstrong in getting him. The one that we was probably headstrong in getting was like Moses Caicedo. I'll give you that one. Do you know what I mean? You know? And that was just to me, that was just a catastrophic mess anyway. Do you know what I mean? You know.
Given on what you've just said, Rods, that Xabi Alonso seems to be his own man. So that's very different for this ownership because they've gone for a certain model and they do have they've had yes men in the last few years. You know, like Potter, and then there was Pochettino, and then Maresca, then Rafinha. So Xabi Alonso is a different type of manager that they're going for then. And obviously they've gone for someone who's won a league this time. So I do think maybe the ownership are maybe changing the way they're doing things. But are they going to let Xabi Alonso do his thing and let him cook in the summer, get the players that he wants in? And this is the thing, Tom. We've got a squad there that I think Xabi Alonso is probably not going to want. I mean, you've got Sanchez, you've got Jorgensen, you've got Badlashile, Garnacho, Delap. These players are not at the standard of Chelsea, Tom.
I think you're going to see a lot of changes, Michael, because if you look at it, the main thing they've done is they've given him the title of manager, not coach.
No, they haven't. That's right. Yeah.
So when you look at that to me tells me that obviously one thing that Alonso's asked for, and he seems like he's got, is that he's going to have control of that team.
Exactly.
You're right before, Tom, because under Maresca, Rafinha, Poch, they said coach, haven't they? They have said coach, but now the same manager. So that is interesting. I think maybe they're listening to the outside noise a little bit now, more than what they have done before, Tom. So maybe that is something. But the worry that I have is the fact that we have got no UCL football. What kind of players are we going to get through the door? And can Xabi Alonso convince the players that he wants in to come to Chelsea?
I think he's got some clout. I think he's got some clout behind him.
I don't think he really needs to buy as such because he's still got a good crop of players there that he can work with and they can get results. I mean, obviously, minus sort of like a few players like Garnacho and and so forth. But like the main spine of your team, he could actually work with them people like Enzo Fernandez, João Pedro, and people like that. He can actually work with them sort of people. Do you know what I mean? And so I don't think your team needs major surgery. Far from it. Yes, it needs to get rid of a few bad eggs. You know what I mean? Yeah. In a bunch, but you won't really need major surgery because if you look at a team that he had with Leverkusen when he went undefeated in that, there wasn't really any stand-up players really there. They could say, well, look, you know what, this guy is a stand-up player. He worked with what he had. I mean, you had that guy from Arsenal, Granit Xhaka? Granit Xhaka was over there, and he done well. Frimpong was there, done well. Wirtz was there. Victor Boniface, and all these players that weren't really household names, but you know what? They can do a job for you on the pitch, and that's what you need. You don't really need sort of this a baller from South America and this guy from wherever. You just need people at the day that so that when they get in the pitch, it's all about the work. It's all about the work.
Do the job.
Do the job, and I think that's what he has got a large group of players there at Chelsea that will go in there and that will do the job. Do you know what I mean? Different tactics, different way of doing things. You never know. Well, the oyster.
Well, yeah, I mean, for me, Uncle, I'm hoping that he has his influence come Tuesday night, because if he's sitting in the stands and that, then players will be thinking that, you know,
Yeah.
the new boss looking at us, we've got to kind of raise our game in that. But on to another hand on that, I'm going to throw it on this one here with Mafia Boss's comment on that and to Fuzzy. How do you feel now that Carrick's been given the actual job?
Mixed feelings.
Solskjaer
suppose
vibes?
Ollie's, are you getting Ollie vibes?
I felt, yeah, I'm sort of getting Ollie vibes, where it's a little bit like, well, the guy's not a master tactician. He's sort of running on the he knows the club inside out kind of thing, and it sort of feels like, well, the match day message is, this is Man United. We do things different here, and there's not really anything else to it than that. And the Man United players are just like, well, that's the instructions then. Well, let's go throw whatever we got out on the football pitch. Now, if we've got the quality, generally giving certain players freedoms to, you know, bond together, get to know each other, play to each other's strengths, and a manager that will honour that, you could work out quite nicely. What you want to know is whether the coaching staff, the manager, and the whole team that's coaching that team has a strong mentality to actually coach that team into a trophy winning team. Because Carrick could just have United finishing 4th place every year. Like, he wouldn't be a terrible manager, but he just wouldn't be enough to get us to the next level. And I feel like, where is it that Ineos's heads are at the moment? Are they looking at it like, okay, we can't jump straight into trophy, you know, winning galore every season? Maybe we just want to get a team that's not hovering around in Spurs territory and is further up the table in European competitions and qualifying every year, and then we go into the next phase. So maybe Ineos are trying to do an Arsenal and do things in phases, but I don't know if that's going to work out in Man United's case, because we'll need Ineos to actually give proper backing to Carrick, build a proper team, and then the manager, his coaching staff, they've got to respond to that and level up themselves. You know, the whole project in a bubble has got to be elevated over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Whether Carrick's got the ability to do that, because his only proper full-time.
Are you going down the project road then?
It looks like it might be happening. We've got our own Arteta. We've got our own Arteta.
Yeah, that dusty script has been passed down the road to you guys.
Mikel Arteta, Michael.
Dusty Springfield.
I get it.
Michael. Super duper Michael.
Are you going to trust the process?
Yeah,
I've started already.
You've got to trust the process. There we go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sitting on the process. Copium.
I'm just going to do this. As much as Lawrence sends me super chats, he also reminds me of my kind of keeping up with the chat, as he says here. Yeah. Tony keeping up with the chat like West Ham's attacking performance. Absolutely.
At this rate, you get relegated
from mate, tell me about it. There was a couple of questions here. Where has it gone to? Let me just kind of get rid of some of these ones here. I'll do the one for Jez first of all. Jez, Daz is asking, if Arsenal win the league, are you having a party?
Well, I will be actually in Islington for the day, the last game of the season. No, I'm not going to the parade. If anybody wants to ask me that, no, I can't be asked for that. I've been there, done it, seen it, got the T-shirt. No, but I will be with a couple of old muckers from back in the day, and we will be having a party day. And yeah, so there we are.
Brilliant. Dad's asking me this one. Do you still think we've got a chance? Me personally, I think it's over. Dad, you know me, I'm not going to give up until the end. You know, that's the always. That's what I've done when I've done football teams, I have the same mentality mindset regarding outside of football or not. Until the fat lady sings, as they say, it's all in the lap of the gods. Tuesday, it might be a different situation. Then I might concede things, but if it goes the other way, then it's still there. I mean, Chelsea, they've got to turn up. That's what we've got to hope for. And like I said, hopefully if Alonso's in the stands, because apparently he's not taken over till, is it July? I think it is, Michael.
1st of July, Tom. So he's probably going to be watching, but I don't think he'll be in the stands for that, Tom.
Yeah. But I think it just having him there should be enough to hopefully G the players up, because they know at the end of the day, as Uncle alluded to, it's a case of they're going to be fighting for their positions now. So
that's facts, yeah.
So they're doing from that. Hendon St. Mafia boss, it's going to be tough for all clubs to recruit this summer due to the World Cup. It'll be interesting to see how Carrick copes competing on 4 fronts next season. Interesting. And Lawrence, he obviously likes Mark as well. Someone's grabbed his hat. Yeah. He's used it, Lawrence, to polish the piano behind him. Pro was asking for please vote for Rice Player of the Year, guys. I think he will be anyway. So, Mr. Pads is asking, Tony, in your opinion, if you had to break down the biggest issues at West Ham and explain it to non-West Ham fans, what are the biggest issues in detail? So for me, Mr. Pads, if you look at it, it goes back 10 years ago when this board told us that, we're going to move to a new stadium. We're going to basically compete and get in for the Champions League.
I've heard this before, haven't I?
The Emirates. It is indeed, Jez. It is indeed. It sounds like the Emirates, exactly that. But they said that the fans will be as close to the pitch like they are at Upton Park. And then you had a certain Dame Brady turn around and saying, we're going to go to a world-class stadium for world-class players. And it went on from there. Then we moved into the stadium itself. It was soulless. Fans were fighting up in the gods with each other. Our own fans, this is. And then we bring in a manager. We then sack that manager to bring in Pellegrini because he did it at City. So he's going to do exactly the same with West Ham after getting him from China. And he could only see 3/4 of the pitch. The final third, which was where the goal was, not Pellegrini's style. We'll play it sideways. We'll go back on ourselves. We don't want to go for the goal. We'll go back on ourselves. And then they got Moyes back in. And then he got us 3 years of Europe. And the moment he won that Europa Conference, that's when Sullivan suddenly thought, you know what, I've now got to spend money with this man because he's got us a cup. Something that we haven't won, since a cup since 43 years ago. And then from that point there, I swear to this day, that's when he turned around and said to Moyes, you're not here next season. Because that season, the football changed. The way we played, the setup, everything changed from what Moyes got us. Like I said to you, being the semi-final, final, quarter-final, 3 years in a row. And then suddenly that 4th season, it all went to shit. And that's only because Sullivan didn't want to spend money. So our demise. And the thing was, if you look at an interview, I think it was the Guardian newspaper, a year after moving into the London Stadium, they asked him questions about what they said, and he deflected every single one of them. The one thing he did say was, we're not a tin pot club, we're a big club. And now when you look at it, it's the fact that with the ownership of bringing in Lopetegui, then bringing in Potter, a man who's been out of the business for 2 years, and then getting in Nuno because he was available. He was available, simple as that. That's the reason why things have gone the way they have. And with Lopetegui, we spent £150 million. And with most of those, it was on players that are aging, no kind of youth set up, You had a director of football came in, which Sullivan didn't like because the man was kind of bigger than him. The rings a bell, Jez. Someone being bigger than someone else. And then from there, the downfall was there, and we're seeing it now. So, and the thing is, the only thing I will say with Lopetegui, if it weren't for him getting them points at the beginning of the season, we would already be in the Championship now. So, and Leslie says, Costa relegation is pressing. Possible leaving. Nuno, Areola, Hermansen, Wan-Bissaka, Juve, Mavro, Kilman, Todibo, JWP, Cornet, Alvarez, Fernandez, Souček, Magasa, Somerville, Bowen, Fulkrug, and Tati. So you imagine that. That's what possibly could happen for us, losing all those players.
Just your whole club, mate.
Basically, it's going to be
it's going to be a leaving party. The season, everyone's.
The thing is, this is the thing, Fuzzy. When you think about it, when you look at the beginning of 2026, when you got the chairman turning or the club turning saying we're 104 million pound in debt, and the first thing we've got to do is sell players. That's not good signs for any club when you've got someone saying that to you. Got to love Jim though when he says West Ham versus Wrexham, my team in the EFL Championship next season. Yeah, it could be that as well.
You never know.
But yeah, I mean, and this is the problem where we are. Shut up, man. Don't need to hear that. I'll put you on a bet. I mean, the fact of the ambitious, or you can understand ambition. I think the biggest problem was because obviously we put in the tender for the London Stadium between us and the council. We got awarded that. We actually, literally was told, yeah, you've got the stadium. The problem was at the time, and it just comes down to bad timing. You've got Daniel Levy trying to get the new stadium built. Haringey Council was dragging their arse out of it. So, of course, he was moaning and bitching. You got Barry Earn down the road. Well, we're only a mile and a half away from the London Stadium. We should be the rightful owners. And then you got Mayor Khan saying that we want it to be still available for athletics. And I think in the 10 years, they've probably played athletics there once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
So where's the argument in that? Mm-hmm. So because of that, we lost the tender and then we just rent the ground now.
Mm-hmm. Tony, I've got to make a move, yeah?
Cool.
Yeah.
Always appreciate being in.
Love and respect, man. I'll be here next week and then other weeks, mate. Good little chat with you guys, man. Trust me, you guys are great. And Jez, I'm gonna try and contact you this week because I'm getting a panel together this week, and I love to have you on, and I love to have you and Tony on. Still, love to have you and Tony on. But
Anytime.
Yeah, definitely. Good night and God bless everybody. Yeah,
and you yeah.
And my co-host is going to take over from me. Take care. See you later, guys.
He's up there.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Take care. Big love.
And you as well, yeah. RSV saying, big up, Jez. Would you say Ardiles and Hoddle were the best midfielders in the 80s in England and are both better than Robson and Souness?
Ooh, cracky. That's a question and a half, isn't it? Blimey. Bloody hell. Wow. Waddle was an absolute legend, no question about that. Souness, I thought, was out there. But there's a few others out there as well. So it's a tricky one, man. That's a tricky one. Ardiles, loved watching that guy play. Loved watching him play. Even though he's at Spurs, but he was still the battles of I could only comment really on Ardiles when he played against Arsenal. Hoddle, wow, man, fucking hate that bloke for what he did to Arsenal in that one game. But what a player! Souness, legendary. But yeah, it's a tricky one to answer, mate, because I think they're on equal levels. And I could add another few into that one, but I won't because
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know you're going. I know you're going with that, Jess. Bianca's asking the question: are there a lot of Ghanaian people in the UK? I've only ever been to London, Chelsea once. I saw none other than hairdressers. No, Bianca. There's plenty of Ghanaian. I had quite a few Ghanaian football players in my team that I run, and also work with quite a few at the airport as well. So no, there's more than just hairdressers. So you're not alone there. Jesus says Chelsea need to sell Garnacho and Enzo should be the main captain. Good shout.
Yeah.
Could even beat Chelsea. Leeds beat Leeds. Leslie's asking the question: is VAR's first priority to get the right decision, or first priority to look after the officials?
Look after the officials. That's my point. That's why it's subjective.
Yeah.
I actually disagree with that. Respectfully, I disagree with that. VAR, in my opinion, is not to protect the official. It's actually to question whether they've got the right priority decision. And the reason I'm saying that, Cops, is because they've taken responsibility away from the referee.
Yeah.
And referees now, if you look at it in a different angle, now rely too much on VAR.
Yeah.
You know, they're frightened of making that decision. The one that could say, well, actually, no, I'm not against the referee. Look, referees now will never go against VAR. I've said this before, right? Because they need to keep up their mark per game to keep their status as a Premier League referee. So, no, I don't think VAR are there to protect them. They're there to actually challenge them. Do you understand what I mean?
So do you mean like re-referee in the game?
Yeah, there you go. That's the one. Well done. Well done.
If we're going off that, I agree. They are re-referee in the game, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not doing a better job.
No, they're doing a worse fucking job.
So the re-referee in the game in a worse way.
That's why it needs to be reviewed. They're saying there. RSV is saying big up from Detroit. Good to see you in here as well. Hopefully the Pistons win today so we can advance to the semi-finals. Big up to you as well, SV.
Detroit, Michigan.
Yes, not bad. Sam Jack's asking, when are you on your next holidays too, and when are you guys planning on one?
July. I'm off to France, mate, for 6 weeks. Can't wait. Love it. Thank you.
Are you going there again, Jez? Yeah.
Well, got the house out there, mate. Got the lake.
I know you have. Looking forward to your streams out there as well, mate. So when you do those. Anyone else going on holiday? No? Yeah, no?
I never know. They just plan one on me. By the way, you're going away next week. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the update. That's what it's like with my family. Just come over and go, you're going away next week. And I went, where? When?
Just a spare part of the family then, Copfather, yeah?
Yeah.
Just that spare part just sitting around, yeah.
Just picked up the turn of the house. You know we're going away. Well, why didn't you tell me that?
Stick a blindfold on, take your stuff, throw it at a wall.
They might as well.
Lands on the mat.
They might as well do that.
Funny enough, the wife said to me today, she'll drive the Lexus RX thing. Do you want to drive the Jag out there? And I said, yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. But the only problem is, will it make it? I said, you know what I mean? I said, it's not the fucking most reliable of cars. I mean, I may have told you last week, driving it, and the fucking speedo don't work now. You know what I mean? That's got to go in, and our guy that looks after the car, he's a proper guy, and yeah, I mean, well, yeah, it's all right for you to say that, isn't it? Right? You know, 320 miles, right, to where we've got to go, and you're going to drive your lovely, luxurious Lexus RX 450, right? And I love driving. Don't get me wrong, I love driving the Jag, but you know, if I suddenly start flashing the headlights and I push the start, we're fucked, don't we? You know?
Yeah. That's the truth, isn't it? Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Thanks very much. So I don't think so. So I said no.
I'm driving to the shop, but I'm not driving anywhere else.
Get a trade on the old Lexus, you'll be all right then, Jez. West Ham are insane. If West Ham go down and walk away from the club, just not worth it anymore. I mean, I can understand that side of things. But you got to think, at the end of the day, you know, through thick and thin, you know, that place behind me, seen us go down, back up again, down.
Yeah.
But we still filled that place up to the gunnels. So, you know, for me, no. I get what
you
you're saying, though.
And you will. I mean, one of the things I should interrupt, but my apologies. But one of the most loyal fan bases I've ever known in my life, right, is West Ham, because I used to love going to the old Upton Park bullying ground. The fan base was sublime. Yes, they were naughty, but so were many clubs. But the loyalty, man, to that club.
Yeah. Well, do you remember, Jez? I can't remember what it was for now. There was it was a national thing where you had people with the buckets outside collecting the money for some charity thing. Each year it happened, West Ham were top for the amount of money they used to give.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm proud of in that respects. Hendo saying Kenny Ken been Airbnb and his gaff out.
He must be making a bloody fortune, old Kenny.
I tell you, man, yeah. Kwame's asking, Jez, which Arteta parrots gets on your nerves?
Yeah, I'm not getting into that. Look, no,
Yeah.
get into that.
Yeah, look, exactly, Lawrence. Never leave West Ham. Absolutely, never going to do that. Yeah, me too. Yeah, everyone's on that. But he's saying, sorry, I can't watch the Premier League. It won't be the same if not following a team in it. Well, yeah, I think Cockfather said before, you know, the Premier League has definitely changed. Not exactly for the better, that's for sure. You know,
Too soft.
That's a bit of a sad comment, man, because at the end of the day, respectfully to you, it's your team. You know, it's your team, and yeah, I hear you. But Arsenal are top, but it's your team, and if you're a true fan, you'll support your team through thick and thin. You know, yeah, West Ham may be going down this season, but the true West Ham fans will still support that team. You know what I mean? Yeah. You never give up your team.
I've barely seen any trophies.
Sorry?
I've barely seen any trophies as a Liverpool fan because of when I was born. We barely won any trophies since I've been watching.
Thing is, Cop, you still have the love. You know, you never give it up. It's in your heart. It's in your blood. You mean you cut me in half, mate? You cut me in half. It says Arsenal. You know,
and that's the thing, and this is the thing, Owen. I mean, I get what you're saying there, but yeah, you know, when you look at it, you've supported them for over a decade, so it's knowing the bad times. So when you think about it, most of the time we've been in the London Stadium, then if you know for yourself, so you've not seen the hardships like most, you know, some of the older West Ham fans have. You know, as Jess said, we weren't exactly nice with certain teams. You know, we give them a nice handshake, possibly. You know,
nice about it, Tone.
Yeah, of course. I'll just try to sugarcoat this. But yeah, we definitely give certain teams a very nice welcome when they come to the gaff. But at the same point, you know, as you said, we go through thick and thin. You know, with the ownership, the fact of getting relegated, coming back up again, seeing great players coming through the club, seeing some great players leave the club because obviously we've, bought them in as kids and we've sold them on for money. And again, poor management. We've lost out money on certain players because of that as well, because no sell-on clauses. But, you move on, but you still stick with the team regardless. I mean, look, Cole, Lawrence is in Kentucky and it's in his blood, like you, Jez, it's in his blood. Same as with me, it's in our blood. We all support our team for a reason. Jim was saying West Ham need a new manager. Tony, sack Nuno. Who do you want as the next West Ham manager? Tony, if the Spurs, would you take Big Ange at West Ham? Big Ange could probably do a job, Jim. That's the funny part about it. He could do something about it there. Another one that comes to mind, though, because obviously they haven't qualified for the World Cup, is Craig Bellamy. I'll take him because at least he's got that fight in him, and that's what you want to see at the end of the day. You know, you want to see a manager on the sideline. You know, bang, simple.
But Craig Bellamy was the master of the offside. He never stayed on side. He was too fast.
I know that's all right. With the new rule coming in for next season, Cockfather, we're still in there. We'll be fine and dandy because Tatty, the amount of times he got caught offside, now there's that benefit of the doubt being introduced. We'll be fine.
For the PGMOL to come out and say we made a mistake if there's no repercussions for it, though, is there a point?
I mean, that's the worst thing. I mean, someone said it earlier in the chat. That is the thing you don't want to see when you hear a couple of days later, we made a mistake. Well, that mistake cost the title, relegation, qualifying for Europe.
Exactly.
So with them things saying that, you know what I mean? Stricto saying Arteta, if he wins the double and stays, I can see him starting to win a trophy every other season. You know, there's possibility. There is that possibility.
That's not real Stricto, by the way.
Oh, isn't it?
I still can't.
Lynn's saying, born West Ham and always proud to be West Ham, 100% there. West Ham saying, why? I don't need to show loyalty to the club. No one needs to show loyalty to the club. You embrace the club. Also, don't view the club as the same anyway. Would rather just enjoy my life than show loyalty to a club that don't care about me personally. Look, that's the same with all fans, regardless of what club it is. You know, you're just another paying member at the end of the day. Bums on seats. You know, and there is only certain ownership you can say that actually consider the fans, but they're very few and far between. The ones that say, you know, and they're the three Bs, and that's Bournemouth, Brentford, and Brighton. They're the ones I'd say that actually care about their fans because they run their clubs properly.
I'd have to say City as well. Their owners definitely cared about the fans. I would have to say that.
Yeah, there is that as well. Yes, very true. Very true. Big up Yeti as well. So do you, Carl. Football team is the most important. No, there's more than that. Yeah, look, that's a good point. Yeah, Daz, yes. Going back to what Lauren's saying, check your balls, boys. It is important. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's an escape. It's an escape from your life football, isn't it? I use it as an escape.
I get the wife to do that.
Big up,
I
don't forget
as well, but football's a nice escape from her too.
Make sure you go to Young Ed Yetis and sub to his channel where we have it all done as well. Yeah, it's not that. Of course, no, it's not like at the end of the day, we all support our clubs regardless, but you also have affinity sometimes for a second club. Look, this Kickstarter something off now. We're fortunate with the future in the league and all their prices, totally sell out and change everything about the football. I expect to show the same level of support. Yes, I mean, look, end of the day. Dear me, they're enjoying themselves, right? Lawrence is saying up the run. Great channel, Tony. Well, West Ham, no matter what. You indeed, mate, and I'll be in touch, Lawrence. You know, my bad. Good to see you getting better. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Indeed, Jim. Absolutely, indeed. Yeah, they're all saying goodbye to him and that. Good evening, Michael. And he's saying, even if Alonso can't win with that Chelsea team, you have big problems internally.
Yeah, he's got a big job on his hands.
Osmatic saying, biggest flops of the season as it stands, put into context, are Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, mainly because they are underachievers. It thinks it's way worse than West Ham and Tottenham in relegation. That's a good shout, actually.
Liverpool went from the top of the league to fighting for fifth.
There you go. Look, yeah, Bournemouth run better than Chelsea, definitely. Jim said, Man United done really well under Carrick, only 2 losses. I think the thing for me, Fuzzy, is the fact of, you know, he's one of those. He's like us with Lopetegui. You had Amorim, Carrick's come in and restored that kind of Man United way.
Yeah.
He's
going to do it for 38 games.
could finish on a 71-point season, which, off the back of last season, I don't think anyone was thinking that Man United would get close to getting 60 points. So
Yeah. Bear with me. Let's bring this man in as well. First of all, be nice.
Yeah.
I'm always nice, mate. I'm always nice.
No, you're
So-
a complete prick.
Yeah, absolutely a prick. How you doing, guys?
All good,
How you
mate.
doing?
All good. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm all good. How you doing, Fuzz? With your cheating goal?
they'll score one more than
Yeah, but you cheated, bro. That fucking goal should never have counted. That ain't an accidental handball.
Well, I think it
It's
is.
not an
Is they
accidental
show it
handball.
from the reverse angle. I think it's sort of bounced off of the side of his chest and it's sort of brushed up against his arm.
Yeah, it is on. That's the point. If it had gone through and Cunha got it and then put it in the net, fair enough. But, I mean, we weren't at it anyway today. You know, we're staying in the league. We've sorted it out in that respect. But, yeah, bro, that weren't right. Sorry, that weren't right. You can't see that as right.
Well, it's interesting. We said earlier, yeah, is the fact that the referee's overturned what VAR's basically saying, like, no, it's definitely that's it. No, and he's gone, no, I'm sticking by what I'm saying. That
Well,
in itself-
apparently he's born in Preston, which is not far from Manchester. So, I mean, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? Really? But,
He's a
you know,
Preston
that's
fan.
kind of the way it goes, isn't it? Kind of the way it goes. You know, at the end of the day, like I say, we are staying in the league, so it didn't really matter to us. We weren't all at it anyway. We weren't very good in defence or anything like that. So, yeah, fair play to you. But that any football fan that thinks that's okay is
Mate, we've been saying already, when you think about it, the last couple of weeks, that there's been a lot going on with decisions, not just our game, but there's been a few games, and we've already said, like, maybe there's something they've got to look at and
yeah.
try and put
Totally.
it on the straight and narrow. But I will say this, yes, fair play to you guys, and it seems finally Marinakis has got the right man in charge. I mean, Vitor Pereira and that, he's done amazingly since he's come in. And I did question it, I must admit, because knowing his previous with the other clubs he's been with,
Yeah.
but it seems to be, symbiotic. That it's worked really well. So good to see you're up there and then. And the only one thing I will say, and he wore it obviously today, but seeing him in the stands, I mean, I didn't see the actual collision at the time. Morgan's good white, mate. I mean, I didn't realise he was interviewing for the new Harry Potter film. You want to see that scar at the side of his fucking foot? Jesus Christ, man.
Mate, I tell you what, that man, he's not Morgan Gibbs White, it's Morgan Gibbs Wolverine. Because the way he actually, like, you see him with those, like, stitches in his head. And I was like, there's no way he's going to play today. No way he's going to play today. And he's just fucking healed up. He must have adamantium in his fucking body or some shit. But, like, getting on to, like, West Ham as well against Newcastle, I mean, what do you think of that?
The setup was all wrong in my eyes. I mean, when you look at, when you're going for when you're going 3 or 2-1 kind of thing. As the first goal was poor judgment by the goalkeeper. Todibo not
Terrible.
being switched on for one. It's gone past him. By the time he's realised it's gone past him, Harvey Barnes is already on him. And then when you look at the second goal, the fact that the Sarsi's too far forward at this point, Mavro's then thinking, do I go to him or go to the left? He then goes to the left, which then gives Sola so much space. And by the time the Sarsi's realised, again, it's too late. And the third goal, I mean, again, when you look at it's a fact. Don't get me wrong, the change was needed in the fact of he takes off to Debo, which obviously he was absolutely pissed off by being taken off. Brings on Tay Tatty was immense. You know,
Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
The goal was superb, but it's the performance he put in. You know, he it meant something to him.
Mm.
But taking off that defensive player into Debo, suddenly then we become exposed because then you've got two centre backs trying to cover X amount of space. Midfield not bringing in and that, and of course the third goal goes in, and it's good night Vienna kind of thing. I mean, like, you know, as Demo says here, they think it's all over. It may be there, possibly, Demo, possibly.
The thing is, Newcastle came out with a passion in that game.
100%.
They totally came out with a passion, and it didn't get matched. And if Jared Bowen squares it to Tatty when he's already scored that goal, then Tatty can put that away, and it makes it 3-2. And then they was panicking when you got 3-1.
Oh, you saw
So
that.
if you
yeah,
got
absolutely.
3-2, you would have seen a major panic there as well.
Yeah, that was the thing for me as well. And I was hoping that we was going to be coming out more in the second half. And unfortunately, I said it's only one player that came on as a sub. But I'll make you right what you're saying. Newcastle had a game plan, and they as soon as they hit the road, they was off. I don't know. Maybe for Howe, it's a case of he saw the lineup and he thought, you know what, boys, they're starting off with Wilson. He's not scoring, and they're not getting anything out of that game. Maybe that. Could have been there. Michael Blees is saying Spuds only need 1 point from 2 games. We can't rely on Moyes beating them after the day performance. And
You need Chelsea to get their fucking act together and beat Spurs.
that's the thing, mate. That's the thing.
We need Spurs to get relegated. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. We need Spurs to go.
Arsenal is saying Raya has been Arsenal's most consistent player this season. I totally agree on that. They did have a Dane. She's gone there, Arsenal manic. Thank fuck. She ain't there anymore. Margaret Please saying away fans are closer to the pitch than front seats at the ELS, and that is the truth. The interesting thing is, if you look at the London Stadium, when from the way you come in, the entrance is the other side, which faces out towards an industrial estate and houses. It's arse about face. Whoever designed that thing in the first place, I don't know. They need to have their eyes sorted out. Tony, did you know Everton are paying Moyes £12 million a year? Yeah, wow. No, I didn't realise that. I mean, that's deserving money, isn't it? He's getting. Yeah, mate. Can't see Tottenham getting more than a point in the last 2 games. Hopefully they lose. Fingers crossed for over Rabbit's foot. Sullivan is a thief. He's definitely something else. There's no two ways about that. Mark says, yeah, can't see us beating Leeds. They're better than Castle. Yeah. Interesting one, this one. Bowen. If he does go, after there's talk to Liverpool, there's talk to Newcastle. But then he's got to upset the Dyer family. I think she's too settled in at London, so maybe he stays. But for me, I think he wants to have his last hurrah, getting a chance at England. But
don't play for Liverpool then.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if he plays whatever team. With Tuchel and that, he's only going to come on as a sub if he's lucky. If that,
yeah,
they generally don't play Liverpool players.
It's true. There is a bright cloud if we do go down, as Michael says. On the bright side, we'll have the youngest team in the Championship. Look at that. Look, Arsenal, can we stop the pleasantries and decorum and start cracking some West Ham relegation jokes?
No.
I West Ham don't go down, to be honest.
I don't want them to go down.
I mean, look.
Nah, I don't want them to go down.
As I said, yeah. I mean, I've just kind of, I'm not going to, give up yet until the end. Until the end.
That's it.
Tuesday will be the defining game. Tuesday makes the difference. Then you might see a different answer from me. But at this point,
see, the thing is, Ton, you've got all these people on this panel. None of them have ever faced what you're going through now. I've faced it with Forest.
I have 1974.
Well, I'm not talking about 1974. I'm talking about now.
Yeah, well,
you've got no chance of going down whatsoever.
I faced it in 1974.
Well, yeah, I mean, I faced a lot of things in 1973, being born, but I mean, that don't matter, does it? It's down to what's happening right now.
It's a load of bollocks because I faced it. I saw Arsenal nearly go down.
So that's 1974. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but I still faced it. You just said none of us have faced it. I have.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it in that respect, that you'd faced it in some point in your life.
So I just seen a comment there from Brendan. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah. I mean, Forest have been there recently. We've been there. See, I think there's a fourth or fifth occasion kind of thing. So if it was out of Spurs and West Ham a bit more adjusted to going down. Spurs on the other hands are not used to that, so I don't know if they would. But then it's funny enough, like Arsenal, like West Ham, like Spurs, it's the ownership that sometimes can be the problem. Spurs and West Ham at the moment, their ownership are absolutely diabolical. But we need that change. That says, do you believe in miracles? Brendan's comment is now, Des. Tont is bald, but he is no Earl Brand.
By the way, yeah, I wasn't having a go at you.
You know.
No, I was just saying, like, in the time that it is now, that you guys don't have to face it and don't have to go through it. And it is a big thing when you have to go through it.
Yeah.
I'll get you.
For us, it's going to be immense because I think, the amount of players we're going to lose. VAR does what it shouldn't. It refs the game, as you're saying.
Yeah. Just was saying that earlier. Yeah.
Desmond asking, do you think Alonso will last at Chelsea though? Because it's a 4-year deal, Mike, wasn't it?
Well, I should hope so.
If they let him do his thing, maybe. But that depends on the people behind the scenes, doesn't it?
True.
Can you name a Chelsea manager that lasts that long?
Yeah, well, we ain't got Abramovich. We want to call him Abramovich. He's not there anymore, is he? Kwame's off to Ghana in July until October, but he's also going as well. So take care, guys. Thanks, Kwame, as well, has always been in. Michael's asking to Jez, do we need linesmen anymore? They don't flag offsides and VAR helps refs. What do they actually do now? Throw-ins and corners.
True.
We don't need them.
True.
I've questioned this now for couple of years. What is the point of having linos? You know, these are qualified referees, yeah. So what is their actual job anymore? Because they don't. Case in point, the other week in the controversy at West Ham, the West Ham game, the lino had the best line of sight and he did nothing. And it goes to VAR and then VAR throws it back to the referee. So what's the point of it? What is
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a waste of time. Jez, what do you think about that situation with Man United goal in the accidental handball?
I didn't see it, mate. I'm sorry.
You know, okay.
So
He was at a show today, so you wouldn't have seen it. Yeah.
at the end of the day, to answer Michael's question, I reckon, Michael, in about 3 seasons' time, you won't have linesmen.
Bloody hell.
The technology will be there, that they're not needed because they don't do fuck all anymore. It used to be, if you remember, that if there was a penalty, the liner would put a flag across his chest.
That's right, yeah.
The signal to the referee, I've seen it. The lino in old days, if there's a substitution, we pop the flag above his head like that to signify they want to make a substitution, right? Do you remember the audacious and ridiculous situation in the Champions League probably 10, 12 years ago? They had linos behind the goal line.
That's sort of behind the goal line, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. 6 officials, yeah.
What the fuck was that about? What do they actually do?
Nothing. What's the fourth official do?
Yeah,
Dear me.
I mean, that didn't last long. But it was always the fact that when a lino used to come across to it's a penalty, he would stand directly on the 18-yard box line. That don't happen no more.
Yeah. All
What's
these
that
things have been taken away. All been taken away. Yeah.
They're pointless. There's no point in being there. Big up, Michael. He's,
I mean, look at this one here. Look, apparently VAR next season is also doing ball out of play. Games will be 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Now, man.
Ball out of play. What do you mean by that?
So it's the
So-
amount of time that the ball
Well,
spent.
throwing-
So yeah. Yeah, the ball, so when you think about it, how many times have you seen it where players on the edge of the line and the ball goes, X amount of the ball goes out. So for a lot of fans, you see them going, no, it's out, it's out, it's a throw in.
Oh no. Go on, Tom.
I actually remember a time when they all did their jobs and not get their jobs done for them.
Cool, blimey. You're
They're
going back
right.
sub now, mate, and you?
100%. Yeah.
And big up, Michael, mate. Jez, I'm a class 3 ref. Well done. And hope your
done.
career goes well, my friend. Hope
Mm.
well
Good
for you.
stuff. Give me that tipsy saying
Grassroots, that's grassroots.
that's good. That's good level. That's good to get to that. I'll come down to that in a minute. We've got time. West Ham go down. It could be a blessing. Get out of the dead wood and build for the future. Will you keep Nuno, lads? The club want to keep hold of him. I don't know if Nuno will want to stay though. But if they
Too defensive today, man. Too defensive.
way too defensive. I think hopefully he will. If he does stay, they back him and go from there. He's got to kind of basically show what he can do. Michael's saying also it's not the best league in the world anymore. Poor officials and all managers play not to lose instead of try to win.
I hate
Yeah.
that mentality. Try not to lose. No,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
win. Go to win.
100%.
There you go.
100%.
Going back to what the fellow was saying earlier, football is tribal to true fans, always in your blood.
100%.
Good
100%.
Statement.
Good comment.
So going on the VAR thing, look at that. PGML said West Ham should have had 2 pens at Brentwood. Sorry. And it's them things.
So why come out and tell us? If you can't do anything about it, why are you telling us?
We've had some shocking decisions. I mean, the decision for Crystal Palace against Brentford, where they we dived afterwards. Absolutely shocking. Shocking. I don't know where this light's coming on my face at the minute. I don't know where that light's coming from.
The God shines on the righteous, apparently. That's what they say.
It's greens in his glasses.
Maybe you're being called, Yeti. Maybe you're being called.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'm being called to the heavens.
If you see Yeti float off,
Maybe because nobody wants
Yeah.
maybe because nobody wants to hear about you talking about your 2 fucking stars. There might be-
I never talk about the 2 stars. I even mentioned the 2 stars. I mean, I've got this on the back of my thing. Look at it. Look, Forest, Derby, crap. Leicester, crap.
Actually, I've got that totally bloody wrong. It wouldn't be a call to heaven, it would be a call to hell.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be light, mate. It wouldn't be light. It'd be fire.
Anthony's always saying, bloody hell, it's the long head. Yeah, good dear me. Yes, Jim, Hot Fuzz, he's a United fan, he is indeed. He was playing basketball Fuzz, he shows how good VAR really is. Yeah, that's a sort of about option there. Corruption, Tony, never, they are just blind. Man alive. It's
It is corruption.
Yeah, this is the thing for me as well. Look, yeah, we're looking for survival when he plays a back 5. Needed to be 4-4-2 or even 4-3-3, something at least.
Mm.
And what gets me is the fact of he never, once the first goal went in, he never looked to adjust anything at that point because we was all over the gaff. Yeah, we all hate the Spurs, Jim says. Michael says, yeah, De Zerbi been crying all week that Newcastle and Leeds were going to roll over, but he never moaned about Villa rolling over for them.
Facts.
True. True.
PSG owners and Luis Enrique did interviews on CBS Sports. They're humble and have a personality. There you go. There's a difference.
Lewis Enrique, yeah, man. He's
Oh, yeah.
really
There
good.
you go. Look. Bowen won't go to the World Cup, and Danny won't leave her mum and dad. Proper East End family.
There you go.
Leslie asking Fuzzy, what is a success for Carrick?
Trophies. Trophies.
Just trophies. That's it.
Yeah,
not
I mean,
not the league.
blanket-
Not the league.
Trophy
Blankets,
season,
sets. Yeah.
He's done great though. To be fair, he's done great. He's got to tune out those players.
It's literally only had like two midfielders worth playing in his whole squad, Minor and Casemiro, and now one of them's going. He's going to have to get this big midfield overhaul right in the summer. Otherwise, it could be quite long for us next season with 4 competitions.
Yeah. No, he's done well. He has done well. Like I said, and I think at least he was humble about it. He said until things are done, but now they've given it to him and that. But it's
Now,
good
I've got
chance.
a question there. I've got a question. I don't mind me saying this to Michael. He's class 3 referee, looking to enhance his career as a referee. Well done for making your class 3, and I hope you progress. But as a referee, Michael, you made that statement. Can I ask you, if you're still here, do you have a bias when you go in to referee one of your matches?
Good shout.
I mean, class 3 is the starting level, but do you have a bias if you're going to referee one of your matches?
Even if you have to think about it a bit more, that's a bit of subconscious bias.
Well, the thing is, Cops, I got to national level, Diadora League and all that, and I can assure you, I never, ever went into a game with a bias.
Good.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Good.
I mean, I went all round the southeast and up into Norfolk to referee games, and I never had a bias, because at the end of the day, if you have that mentality of you want to officiate the game, you don't go in there looking at, oh, well, I want this team to win, that team to win. I mean, I refereed at, up to 3rd round qualifying of the FA Cup.
Oh, nice.
I never had any bias, you know.
No, you shouldn't. You
No, you
shouldn't.
shouldn't. That's good, Jazz. We should have more referees like you.
I don't get that statement. I don't get that statement. I mean, I'm not having a pop. I'm not having a go. I know how
You need to take up the flag again, Jez.
I'm too fucking old for that.
You probably do a better job than that referees now, Jazz. You've got your age, mate.
I need a fucking oxygen mask every time I went up and down the line. Right. Down the
I
last.
reckon Jez could outpace Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah. Millwall Chris says, is that Forest fan drinking gravy? No, he is drinking the fabulous drink
Cruz Campo.
Other beers are available, but apparently not in the Yeti household. But
Yeah, well, I'm sponsored by him now, so
I was gonna
if
say,
you want to drink for Cruz Campo, make sure you drink Cruz Campo. Make sure you click my link in the chat, and give me. I get 50% on every time you buy any of the Cruz Campo.
not bad.
I don't. I'm lying, but anyway.
Has anyone seen Julian Dix? Truth Over Lies, welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming in as well. But yeah, do appreciate your comments as well. Jim says, my mum is a Man United fan. Fuzzy?
That's unfortunate.
Good job.
Yeah. Look at this.
You need a new mum.
Just pop down to the supermarket. There's plenty of choice available there.
Yeah.
Pick her up off the shelf. Take her to the till.
Look at that. I mean, yeah. So apparently, Fernandez is obviously being looked at by a few clubs, Arsenal being one of those. So what we go and do, we slap an £84 million price tag on him.
Why do you always seem to sell players to Arsenal? What is that about?
With the new Chelsea. We're taking over from them. That's what it is.
Hernandez is quality, to be honest. He is quality.
It is. I mean, considering we paid, 40 million basically plus add-ons, he's been immense for us. But I mean, he's only 22. I think it's 21, 22. So when you look at that, he's got a great future ahead of him. PSG is another club that's looking at him. I think Man United might be one as well. So there's going to be a few contenders if we go down. But even if we stay up, I think there's still going to be people knocking on the door for this player.
There's still a chance if Chelsea can beat Spurs, which they should do, because I mean they've got Xabi Alonso waiting in the wings, so all of them should be playing towards getting a shirt off him.
True. Yeah. Very true. I mean, we need to do that. Excuse me.
I wonder if games.
Hammers were relegated after losing 5-1 at home to Chelsea. I know they were in trouble after that. We've been in trouble from the beginning of the season. Let's not lie. Considering, the first 4 games we put her in charge. We get in a new keeper and we put him in them games. We get Tonk 4-0, 4-something, 4. The goals galore. And as Michael Blees says, Hermansen at the beginning had T-Rex arms because the bloke can catch a ball. Shit. That's the reason there. He says here, not at my level. No, I won't have a favourite team. He's saying there. Yeah, Fernandez is definitely going. Des is saying. Lone Star says Tony is full of some conscious bias. Arteta tells me.
Can I just say, Michael, right? Make sure Forest is your favourite team because they are quality. We've got 2 stars. So make sure you take us as your favourite team.
6 of those stars.
Yeah, I know you guys have. Yeah, I'm arguing with you guys. I'm arguing with the Arsenal fan, not you.
And he also says, and the refs won't take action for abuse, just need to card them, in my opinion. Yeah. And also he says, Jez, I refuse to ref any teams I know. Also ask for a different game. There you go. So at least he sticks with that as well.
That should be. I used to do that.
Daz, all top show. Thanks for being with us. Really appreciate you being here. And hopefully we'll see it over the line coming next week. Chris says, Michael, if you ever ref Millwall, let us know. I'll slip you a monkey.
Slip you a monkey.
As someone from up north, what's a monkey?
You're telling me you don't know?
Of course not. I'm from up north.
Yeah,
it's something that lives in the jungle and bounces around trees.
Apart from that, gotta be something else with that.
500 quid, mate.
500 quid.
There you go. Thank you, Jez. I think you guys forget where I'm from.
Don't you lie. You put that accent on just for the shows. I know you do.
It must be good at it then.
No, it's not bad at all. Best be an actor, I've heard. Not bad at all. I don't know, people. We're still going to start wrapping this up now. But as Anthony's saying here, night all good show. Thank you, Anthony, and that you need to come back
Anthony.
You need to come back into the YouTube world, Anthony. You're sorely missed, my friend.
Yeah, where you been, Anthony? I've been trying to get hold of you, mug.
Yeah. Tony said, Mark was saying, Tony, what's your panel next season? Are you doing a quick championship roundup with this lot? Look what you could have won. It'll be one of those, wouldn't it? Yeah, thick or thin, we'll still be here. Know that, Michael. We ain't going to be going anywhere, that's for sure. As you're the last one in, yeah, shout out your channel, please, sir, and you've got anything coming up.
Hey, it's Long AJ, and all the shit I've got coming up is just talking it real and being real and just not taking any bullshit. And yeah, it's just how it goes with the gaming and all that kind of stuff. Got lots of shit coming up on the off season. You know, I'm a Forest fan. Big up the Forest, and yeah. And we also got 2 stars. See you later, guys.
I knew he was going with that. Got to say, do this before anything else, and how true this is. You got to laugh or cry, being a West Ham fan, without a doubt, without a doubt. Fuzzy, are you going to be doing some stuff soon? Or is it just kind of concentrating on the career at the moment?
Kind of concentrating on things in person at the moment. I think.
Good.
Just get everything settled down first, and we'll see where we go from there.
Good, mate.
But my channel is still there if people do want to subscribe. It's still
absolutely.
there. Absolutely. 44AG, and I've got 2 4s in my name, so.
What are you doing with your career? What's your career?
So I've gone into a new store.
Okay.
So it's don't know if you know the company. You might have heard of it, Brook Taverner.
Who?
Brook Taverner.
They're meant
Yeah.
Nah, never heard of it.
No,
Yeah, I've seen you.
yeah, seen the adverts for it. Yep, seen all that going on.
Yeah, big up to you, man. Keep going with it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Michael Blee saying, yeah, Chappie World Cup coming up at silly times in the morning. Yeah, going to be silly. Yeah. And what will it be?
$1,000 tickets.
Yes, yes.
$11 million ticket as well. Seen that around.
Yeah, crazy. Well, if you go down, let you get Millwall. Yeah, we will do. We will do. And
They're already waiting for you. They already said in the chat earlier.
yeah, Chris Brown, he's Millwall fan. Could meet up with him as well, so that should be all good. Before I ask Copfather, obviously, Jez and that, this man in the middle and that can't catch a break at the moment. Yet again, good friends in the YouTube world decided to take down a channel that's not even promoted or pushed.
Yeah. I'm everyone's enemy, Tont, it seems, at the moment. But you know what? It's water off a duck's back to me, Tont. I'm not worried about it. I keep doing what I do. I keep living my life. And, yeah, look, that's the way people are, aren't they, in this space? They're very sensitive. Very sensitive indeed. But you know what, Tont? It is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, I'm always here, Tont. I'll keep forming every channel possible. I never give up.
Burn the channels.
Yeah.
Subscribe to this channel, this channel, this channel, this channel, this channel, this channel.
Michael,
Don't let the bastards knock you down, bro.
I think that was despicable for that.
Yeah.
Right? That you got taken down, right? When there's a certain person, right, mentioning no names, but you know who he is, advertising fucking drugs, right, online. And
Yeah.
you know who I'm talking about, and YouTube have done fuck all about that, right?
Yeah.
And I called him out, I've told him, and I've warned him, and I've said to him, and all of that, and he actually advertised what he was taking and showing it online, and YouTube will fuck all about that. It's disgusting.
I apologise for that. I didn't mean to advertise the drugs, but you know, I was just, you know, it's
I think the
What
problem is
is-
when you, yeah, because I mean, you know, I think on that, Jez, the problem is Michael unfortunately doesn't bring money in.
Yeah.
mm.
But I mean, I
Fair.
was almost getting there.
Oh, of course not. I mean, when you look at it, Jez, I mean, at the end of the day, and that, you know, look, we all know doing this is, you know, it can be hard work at the best of times.
Mm.
And when you kind of, you know, and considering Michael with the new name has not even pushed anything, and they still
no.
take you down, you know, it's like,
That
well,
cunt, I'm sorry to swear, but that cunt was actually showing on that stream his hash.
Yeah.
so yeah, and this is where, look,
Sorry, I mean, if YouTube had got any rules, he should be gone. Bang, see you later, gone.
should be, but look, as Michael's saying there, look, YouTube take you down if someone complains, and but how can they complain when you're not, if you're not promoted?
I think it was the big Chelsea channels that complained and reported him. To be
threatened
fair,
for him. Madness.
Yeah,
Absolutely
because he speaks the truth. He speaks the truth.
yeah.
I remember
They
that.
don't like that.
Of course.
Well,
Not.
I don't
Absolutely.
agree with that yet at all, because what that gentleman I'm talking about has been totally against Arsenal for the last 6-7 years,
I've no idea who you're talking about, bro.
and he's
Oh,
shown
right.
he's shown his drugs online,
Mm.
and I'm calling them out online that you are promoting. I actually said online, you're promoting drugs, and young kids could watch this, and you're promoting it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't he literally
How-
say
how's
it's
that
legal
work
over
out?
here?
How's that
He
work?
literally said it's legal over here. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll move on from that anyway. So let's wrap this up. Cop Father, if you'd like to shout out Uncle Rod's TV,
Yeah.
as
you
you're
can find-
kind of you're the advocate for the channel at the
Yeah,
moment.
I'm the co-host of the show apparently. I'm the co-host. Every time he's not there, I'll be there. So you can find me on Uncle Rod's TV. We do a show around about 10:30. Not every night, but most nights. It seems to be the better Liverpool do, the more you'll see us. The worse we do, the less you'll see us. How about that?
Sounds about right. So yeah. And Jez, you'd like to shout your channel out, and you've got anything coming up?
Yeah, thank you, man. Always, I love coming on this show. I love it. Thank you, man. Always inviting. Great panel. And always great discussion. Yeah, it's just as Arsenal. And before I go, Michael, I wish you all the very, very, very best in your refereeing career. It's a tough road, my friend. Tough road, and I wish you all the very best. And hope you make it, whatever your ambition is, to get to the top. And good luck. And gentlemen, Cops, Fuzzy, Yeti, Chelsea, Michael,
Yeah.
and Tone, real ones. Love you all.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, big up, guys.
Just the last up there. Michael saying, Michael, did you get an email to say you were red flagged? Reply to that to get the channel back. There you go. He's trying to get out there as well.
Yeah, the only email that I got from him is the channel termination. That was the first one. Channel removed. They tell you that they kind of you kind of peel it, which is what I did. And then a few hours later, they came back to me saying they've removed your channel and they're not coming. They're not giving it back to you. They don't even tell you why. They always put all this jargon in there, don't they? That you can't make head or tail of. Well, they don't tell you why it's been taken down. If they told me why, and then I know what it is, but I don't. And
Do you think they might have banned you for your T-shirt?
I don't think it'll be that. Yeah. Well, look. I mean, you all know me on here. I'm always out there with what I say, and I forever stick with anything that I say. That's how I've always been, and yeah,
That's how it always has to
tell
be.
the truth. You get enemies at the end of the day, don't you?
Yeah.
And that's my life,
Absolutely.
You're still promoting the Rumble though, Michael. You're still doing the Rumble.
I'm still on Rumble. I'm still on X. I'm still doing my thing. I am looking at maybe one or two other channels, seeing what that's like as well. Because I know some of the guys on here have done other platforms. I mean, he's done Twitch. I remember him saying once. So,
Years ago, yeah.
So it's good. At least let's go from there. No, and good luck with you, Michael. Whatever your endeavour gets you. And that,
Yeah.
You know, that's the main thing. And maybe try and reach out to him and find out what the bloody hell needs to be done, because it just seems to be free channels. There's something wrong about that.
I've messaged them on X, and they haven't said anything to me so far.
Elon Musk has got your back.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Michael said he must have even mentioned politics. Starmer's watching you.
Yeah, exactly. Dominators.
Thing
Yeah.
is,
Difficult not to mention politics
jury.
regarding Chelsea.
You've got no recourse with YouTube. They are judge and jury.
Yeah.
And you've got no recourse to come back. You can. You've got no way of communicating because
No.
if you go into the chat, it's all AI, it's all bullshit,
Yeah.
and you've got no recourse whatsoever, and it's so unfair because
Yeah.
at least if they want to cancel your channel or whatever, you should at least have the ability to communicate via telephone or via proper email to say why, what have I done, what have I done wrong.
Mm.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to know that at least, don't you?
Wrong,
I agree on that. I agree on that. That's for sure. But yeah, we'll leave it at that because at the end of the day, on that, I mean, when Michael told me on that, I thought to myself, nah, that's wrong on all levels. But good luck with you, Michael. Hopefully if it goes well with the Rumble thing.
Well, a little bit of good news. I did win one over on YouTube because I was getting taken by copyright on the music I use on my intro, and it was sent to them for like 30 days to sort it out, and they didn't come back, so I get to continue to use the intro that I use.
Amazing.
Because they was trying to rip me off and trying to take the money off me, which I don't have adverts on my channel anyway. So they weren't going to get nothing anyway. But yeah, it does work out in some ways in that respect.
That's why they didn't come back to you. I had it 4 times on my original intro. When I'd get a strike, not a strike, because I'm using EPL content, and I used to say to them, "Yeah, okay, but you haven't even got the games right.
Yeah.
It's all Arsenal content, and you're showing me Man United against West Brom, Norwich against someone.
Yeah.
Get the facts
You just
right.
need to be able to have conversation and communication. Like you say, it's AI. So
Yeah, don't
why
give the
you don't
opportunity,
get
yeah.
anywhere.
My new intro, I actually bought the right to show it. I bought it for 20 quid, right? And even though those people don't exist anymore, the band don't exist, I bought the content off Spotify, and I'm allowed to show it.
Yeah.
So they can't copyright me on that one, but it's despicable that nobody has the right of appeal. Bearing in mind, YouTube is an American company, and you have, sorry, I don't know the rules of over there of what was it, the when they set up the Constitution and all that, you have the right of appeal, but unfortunately, no, you don't.
All AI, like you said. It's all AI when you chat to them.
Crazy. But on that note, we're going to wrap it up now. Thanks everyone from the panel for being on here. It's been great entertainment, and obviously the people in the chat with the comments. Thanks you much for that as well. Make sure that you do sub and like and share with all these content creators that's on here, and go look at their stuff. They do some good stuff. Hype the videos, as they say. It all works out in the favour, as they reckon. Yeah, don't follow politics, neither do I, Jim. It's all crap. Spencer Stewart saying, big up Jez panel on the chat. And he says that YouTube have been boring since Anthony's been off.
Yeah, there's no fat blokes.
There you go. Look, copyright only lasts 20 years unless renewed. Night all, and on that note, we will be saying night all as well. Thanks everyone for being with us. Make sure you enjoy what's left of the night and have a great week. And we shall see you next time. Take care, everyone.
Take care,
Good
all.
night.
Cheers, guys. Take